You thought I messed up. Just because I'm on my own, you thought I messed up. I haven't. People, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's been a while. It's your favorite calling show. Calling Khan. Saturday night, 8 p.m. Well, just over 8 p.m. Look at this. Look at this. I love comments like this. I walk in after such a long time, or sit in after a long time, or whatever, however I got in after a long time. I put on a calling show and I get Jason having a go at me. Mate, can you start on time? What's your problem? And then he says, sorry. Wow, what a lovely welcome. Well, I'm much nicer than Jason. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to... Yeah, man, calling Khan. It's been a while. It's been a while, people. How is everyone doing? Let me know in the comments how you guys have been, how you guys are feeling. You already know the drill about this show. I want to talk as less as possible on this show. This show is all about you guys, your opinions, your views, your topics, your clubs. Look at Coach's Corner says, I want to call in, but I'm scared. Chelsea fan, that's why. Don't scared, my brother. Don't scared. Call in. I'm here for you, especially people like you, especially Chelsea fans. I'm a football therapist at times. I can be. Maybe I could bring some therapy to your life. Call in. Don't be afraid. Football is a humbler, he says. Riyadh says, love for Mauritius Island, Trent the hero. We will get into all things Trent Alexander the Great Arnold. We will be discussing, is this a three-horse title race? My God, we have so much to discuss. Liverpool go to the Etihad, get a, some would say a lucky draw. I think it's a deserved draw. I don't think either team deserved to win. We will get into that. If you want to debate me on that, if you want to discuss that with me, feel free. If you want to discuss the debacle, another Chelsea debacle at Newcastle, feel free. Newcastle, depleted squad, yet still smash the shit out of Chelsea. You want to discuss that? Arsenal with a crucial late winner. And who? It had to be in it. Kai Havertz had to have a moment in the season where people are going to say, that's the money. That's why we spent the money. Was that moment today? People, call in. Here's the link. It's been, you already know the rules. As long as you're respectful, I'll show you respect back. I might, even if you're disrespectful, I might not just kick you off the stream. I might just be disrespectful back to you and like have a to and fro with you, because I'm in one of those moods. But as none of your business says, smash up the likes. Let's get the algorithms pumped up again. You already know I'm doing content, more content on my channel. I've been a bit absent. I've been a bit lazy. You know how it is. Life gets better of you, man. Priorities and that. But I'm here. I'm gonna get a cup of tea in a minute, and we're gonna tuck into some talking points of the afternoon of the weekend. Late carnage. Not that late, my bro. Keep smashing those likes, people. And we're gonna get into it. Where is Zuberi? Good question. Good question. I've messaged him. No reply from Zuberi yet. Big up yourself as well. Yeah, Jason is an eager beaver, man. But we got a Man City fan that says draw was fair result. We should have out that game away. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Bit of some noise coming out my household. Can everyone quieten down, please? I'm live and I'm on my own. Right, so I can't even mute. Right, big up Hamza. Call in, guys. Call in. People, call in. Hello, everyone as well. Title race, I'm all in. Fellow E10 London brother. Leighton brother, of course, Leighton, man. My hometown. My hometown. Born and bred Leighton, man. People, if you're from Leighton, let me know if you're from Leighton as well. I'm very happy with the draw, but City deserve to win. Okay, if that's what you think, bro, that's fair enough. What can I say? I'm not really of the same opinion. Manda says, smash up the likes, people. Doku reminds me of Gervinho. Vegan Sports Bar sends a controversial super chat of the night. He says, Doku reminds me of Gervinho. Do you agree? And do you think Doku will end up the better player? My brother, even though he was up against me today, I have to say I disagree with you. Doku is a fantastic one-on-one dribbler. been on a couple of platforms where I've spoken about, I believe he's the best one-on-one winger in the world right now. Best one-on-one winger. And that doesn't mean he's the best winger overall in terms of his overall package, in terms of his overall game, but in terms of just the ability to beat a man one-on-one, just the raw ability of beating a man one-on-one, for me, he's the best right now. Javinho, look, I'm not gonna shit on Javinho. Javinho was a decent player. He was a good player. I'm not gonna say he was a bad player. I can't agree with you though. Sorry, Doku will end up the better player. Yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly, my brother. Wholeheartedly. Get the house in order, Grizz. Yeah, man. You know how it is, man, brother. Come on, man. Family, man, and that. You already know the drill, man. Come on, Saeed. Saeed, where are you, man? If you're back, call in. Hurry up, man. I'm waiting for you. People want to speak about you. Are you nervous about tomorrow? Can you concentrate, please? You got a job to do against that nasty neighbours of ours, man. That nasty neighbours of ours. Someone's trying to sell a ticket. I got a ticket for Liverpool. Fulham next tweet at the away end. £50 on StubHub. Lovely. Leighton E10. Another Leighton E10. Oh my God. Love it. Wow. All these people coming out from Leighton E10. Big up Leighton E10, everyone. Jamie's in the house. He says, thought we deserved a point easily today. Handled City well mainly. We had lots of chances where we were sloppy and could have led to clear chances. I agree, man. I think we handled them very well. We get into it. If anybody wants to have a debate on that, we'll get into it. Newcastle fan, I already know there's going to be arguments about Trent's performance in the upcoming shows. I'm here for the arguments. I'm here for the noise. I'm here for the battle. I'm here where everyone wants to speak. If you want to cuss him, if you want to I don't know, praise him, do what you want. What's with the CCTV camera? What's he on about? What are you on about, Jay? What's Jay on about, people? Am I missing something? What's he on about? Evening, everyone. Evening to you, FC Aaron. There's people in the chat already. In the studio already. We're gonna start talking. Remember, all about your opinions, your agenda. Make sure you know what you're talking about. Make sure you have something to talk about. You know, sometimes guys. Oh, is it blurry? Yeah. Okay, I'll fix it in a minute, man. I thought I'm looking crisp, man. What's the matter with you? But Josh says, big up, Grizz. Be honest, did you think Trent should have been man of the match? Good question. We will have a discussion on it. Scored the equalising goal. Fullback. I thought played well up against Doku, who I believe is the best one-on-one defender. Doku done lots of feints and dragbacks, and he got past Trent. I think, top of my head, twice actually got past him. But the game's the game. Man of the match. It's difficult to pick a man of the match. I thought Bernardo Silva was magical for them. Oh, I hate him, but he was brilliant for them. And for us, I thought Matip was immaculate. I know he took a couple of risks with his passes. I thought Tsimikas was immaculate. But we're going to get into it. If you agree with that, if you disagree with that, let me know. MCFC Solo says, foul on second goal was harsh. I think we played really well, but not clinical enough. We nullified LFC attacks. Alvarez hasn't been productive recently. Yeah, I think it was harsh. I'm going to be honest. I think it was harsh. But in this day and age, it's given. It's given. When I'll get told, oh, in this day and age, that's a foul like Curtis Jones a couple of weeks back, or the red card, or we've had incidents and I've been told, that's the game these days. That's the game these days. I believe it was harsh. I think it was harsh. I think you played well, yeah. And I said this on the preview show. I actually don't think Man City are that fluid going forward this season. I think they're far more better defensively. And it showed today. You did nullify most of our attacks. We still had situations where we could have been more efficient. But overall, you did nullify our attacks. And Alvarez, yeah, look, he's a tired man. He's been playing everywhere around the world, man. Give him a break. Almon's assist, Vegan Sports Bar, appreciate the support. He says, Almon's assist on the fourth goal was one of the best I've ever seen. Cunning but casual and took advantage of the missing man. Do you agree? Look, Almiron's a weird player, and Almiron's one of those players where if you collated a highlights package of Almiron's best bits, you'd think, wow, this guy's electric, man. Seems to be hardworking, pacey, has everything to his game. Then you watch him in a game and he just doesn't do enough. Just doesn't do enough, no? Overall. But yeah, I agree. Today he had a brilliant game, but by then Chelsea were dead, right? By then the fourth goal, Chelsea were dead. But let's get into it, man. Let's get some callers in, guys. The link is pinned in the chat. Of course, don't forget we are sponsored by yourfutcard.com. Make sure you head over to yourfutcard.com. Type in Red Fellas if you want 15%, but hold that line for a little while. Right now, they're doing a Black Friday special where it's 30% off all items. 30% off. Can't go wrong. Go check them out. Let's get some callers in. I haven't spoken to this brother in ages. Michael is in the building. Let's see what Michael's got to say. Michael, what you saying, bro?
My boy Grizz. How you been, bro? How you been?
I've been all right. Man. How you been, man? What's going on?
Been all right. Obviously, football season hasn't been the most exciting this season so far. Man United perspective, slightly in the mud, but some decent results today. Some would say some decent results today.
To be honest with you, a couple of Man United fans are telling me if we win tomorrow, we go only 5 points behind Liverpool or something like that.
It's 4.
4 points behind Liverpool. I mean, I consider Liverpool in a title race. Does that mean you consider Man United in a title race if you win tomorrow, Michael? Talk to me.
No, we're really in the top 6 race. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's just
top 6 race.
That's what we're in right now. Let's keep it comfortable,
Okay.
One game at a time. But I think obviously I don't really want to talk about Man United because I talk too much about Man United. I want to talk about some other clubs because
Okay. No problem. If you listen. If you don't want to talk about your beloved club, if you don't want to talk about the team that you support, if you don't want to talk about glory, Man United, it's not a problem. I'm here for you. I want to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Talk to me. What you want to talk about?
I caught the game in the morning. Woke up at 7:30 for it. Good. Not the best scheduling. Thanks to the Premier League for that. But first of all, got to big up my boy Tsimikas, Greek international. You know me, the boy. Obviously, I need him in good form, so I need you guys to make sure he's in good form coming March because I got a Euro qualifier playoff in March. So I need him in tip-top shape.
Before you quickly go on, how was he in for the internationals? How's he been playing for the national team? Because your national team has risen recently.
We have shout out Gustavo Poyet, the new coach from Uruguay. He's changed my life. That's what he's changed my life. He's been good. Obviously, he was suspended for the France match for yellow card accumulation. But I thought he was good against the Netherlands, even though we lost that game, heartbreaking fashion. But against Ireland, he had gotten an assist, good cross. So he's been playing good. Obviously, more minutes at Liverpool will only give him more confidence, more game time, which is always good. And like I said, obviously it's unfortunate for Robertson, but I need him in tip-top shape because I consider him to be one of the key players for us because his crossing is pretty good, and we have some tall strikers up front. So I need him consistent with the crossing. Having a striker like Darwin Nunez is probably good for him.
Tell us, for the people that don't watch Greece on a regular level, tell us, is he playing in a flat back 4 as a normal orthodox fullback, or is he playing as a wing back? What's his role in the national team?
So against like lesser nations, we play a flat back 4. He plays as a left back, but he's given a lot of freedom because the coach trusts him. Like obviously one of the higher level players in the team, so he's allowed to invert. He's allowed to go out wide. He overlaps a lot. He's the main set piece taker as well. He takes all the set pieces, except for penalties. That goes to the captain. But when we play against the bigger nations like Netherlands, for example, like France, he played in a back 5, which I think is probably the best system for us. But that's another discussion for another day. But I think he can play both roles because he can obviously he loves to bomb up and down. Obviously, defensively, his concentration levels are sometimes suspect.
You don't need to tell us Liverpool fans about that.
But today, against Man City, he looked good. The confidence was amazing. I love to see that.
Foden was nowhere.
Uncomfortable conversations for Philip.
I'm telling you, Tsimikas. Look, most Liverpool fans, I'll admit, most Liverpool fans were like, Tsimikas. Maybe Gomez should play out there. More pace, more power. I can't remember Tsimikas putting a foot wrong in that whole game. I agree with you about the concentration. He kind of just switches off in the middle of a game sometimes. It's like he's had a late night, been playing PS all night, or
the thing about him, or something. He looks like I don't think he looks like he hasn't slept in like 48 years. That's what it
What
looks
is
like
that?
with Tim.
What is that?
I don't know what. His eyes always look like are always like bloodshot red. He looks like he actually doesn't sleep. Maybe he loves to go out at night. I don't know. I don't know what
Bro,
his
man,
personal
he's
life is like.
mad. He's
But
mad. He's every night. It's like every time you see his eyes, you think, yeah, this is why he's not getting selected, man. I don't know how he turns up for training, man, and shit, man. He's got huge bags under his eyes, like he hasn't slept, and I don't know if it's through stress or what's he doing with his life. But listen, he came from Olympiacos, right?
yeah,
And Olympiacos are one of the big boys of Greek football, right?
yeah,
So he's used to playing in as the favourites, a team that's expected to win all the time, a team that's expected to have most possession. He came to Liverpool and he started off really well, but he started making errors. And you're right, it's mostly down to concentration. He'll be casual on the ball. You know what Mohamed Salah said about him? Actually, who else? You know, a couple of players said about him. They said he's one of the strongest players, like pound for pound in training. Like, you know, like in terms of,
yeah,
like he don't look strong, and I'm sure he's not as strong as Virgil. I'm sure he can't lift the same as Virgil, but you know, pound for pound, they say
yeah.
Tsimikas is strong.
Like, he got that Spartan strength in him. That's
Does
what he got.
does that surprise you?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, with Greek people, like we're tough fighters, so like we love to be like short. Like obviously, we're not the most physically imposing, as you see. Like not all, we're pretty much one on the shorter ends, like in terms of physical attributes. But we love to fight. We love to be strong. And he's like that because, and he is. I mean, even with the national team, I see him like when it comes to duels, like holding on people, drawing the foul. He loves doing that, so he's good at that. It's just like I said, concentration levels. That's all mental though. So that's just him. But big up to him and Liverpool. Yo, that's a good point. Etihad away. It's a good point.
It's a good point. It's a good point. I'm telling you, it's not even a good point. I think that's a fantastic point. Because I tell you what, Michael, we've played better at Etihad and not got something.
That's true.
If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So I think, look, first and foremost, optics can be a strange thing. We know the way City play football is pass. So it can be seen. It can be seemingly totally dominating. But sometimes if your structure and the shape of your team is right, then they can have the ball, but they're not doing a lot with it. So they had a lot of the ball. I don't remember, and please remind me in the chat if I'm wrong, because I can be wrong. Often. Rarely, whatever. But Alisson didn't have many saves to make, Michael. I don't know what you remember of the game. I remember him making a bad boy save from Foden in the first half after he done that. But that was it. I don't remember him making a save. Even the Haaland one, that is definitely Haaland. That's definitely Alisson savable. Alisson, that is weak from Alisson because Alisson is the best goalkeeper in the world. And for his standards, he should have saved that. But I don't remember City peppering us with chance after chance after chance. Am I wrong?
No, I think you're good. I mean, like you said, I think you mentioned before I got on, you like they're not as fluid anymore. Obviously, they are missing their chief playmaker and Kevin De Bruyne, so that's gonna ruin some fluidity. But I think with Pep, he's kind of confused because he's missing so many profiles from his previous teams. Like Gundogan's not there anymore. That's a player that he would have certainly used today. There's no more like second midfielder. Like I think the midfield today was is it Rodri, like Alvarez, and I forgot the other one. Bernardo. There you go. Obviously, Bernardo's class. Like that's just Bernardo. That's consistency. But like Alvarez, he's been shocking this season. Obviously, he's a striker, but he's been used all over the place. Foden, everyone expected him to take the reins after Kevin De Bruyne got injured. Like this was the time. Foden's always had the excuse of he doesn't get enough playing time. His minutes aren't up there with all the other youngsters. But now he's getting the minutes. Where you at? This is your chance to step up. You got a Euros tournament coming up. You got a starting spot to fight for in England as well. And he's not stepping up. So I think with City, I think it's affected Haaland because I know I think he has the most goals in the Premier League, but it's not the Haaland that we're used to from last year where he had like 5-6 chances a game. He's getting about 2-3 shots a game now. That's a lot less. When you're the best attacking team in the world, according to most people, your striker should be getting more than like 3-4 shots a game. He should be having like 5-6 that he's used to. So I think it's just been a whole effect. And defensively, I think they were good defensively today, but obviously we had the Chelsea game a couple weeks ago. They're not as strong defensively as I expected them to be. I think for the season, I kind of had them trying to break that Chelsea record or trying to like match it a little bit. Obviously, I don't think they were going to do it, but maybe fall a couple goals short. But They look a lot less defensively strong. Obviously, John Stones is injured. Ake came back. I thought he was. If anyone was gonna get man of the match today, I thought Ake maybe should have gotten it.
Yeah. He was very strong.
That assist was cold from him for someone that's a center back. You don't really expect him to play that kind of pass, but he was good. But I think City look weak, and you guys played them at the right time. This is probably the best time to play City. Always, everyone says it before January starts. That's the best time to play City for most teams because that's when they're still trying to figure stuff out. And to get that game away against them at the Etihad and not Anfield makes it much better for you because
do you know what it is? I get people saying, and people can carry on saying, nah, Liverpool. A lot of people have got sort of just last season in their memories. We're a total different team from last season, guys. We are. I keep saying it. I've been saying it. I'm going to continue saying it. And the reason for that is we look like we've got legs everywhere on the pitch. We never were overrun in that game. Man City played well in that first half, man. There was times, you know what I mean, where a lot of teams that are not as organized and structured would have got overrun because that's what they tried to do to you. They tried to just wear you down by passing. And the more you chase on that big pitch, you get tired. We didn't get tired. We stayed in the game. Even though we weren't playing well, we stayed in the game. And you know, I disagree about the defensive Man City. I know they've conceded 4 goals at Chelsea. I think they're very good defensively, you know, Michael. I think they're underrated defensively. I think he's focused more on control and defense than attack. It's very unlike Pep. Honestly, like the way he sets up and the way he controls games, they're not pretty to watch, you know. They're not exciting to watch for me anyway. All right. Everyone's got their own opinions on what they like watching. But for me, they're very controlling. He's a control freak. Pep, we know he's a control freak anyway. But I think he must have hated Chelsea. He hated Chelsea. There was a basketball match. And therefore, this game was far more strategic. I mean, a lot of people found it boring and whatever, no problem. Very much like the Arsenal City game. Do you remember a couple of weeks back?
That was the worst game I ever watched in my life. I actually fell asleep. I'm not even joking. I actually fell asleep for like 5 minutes. Man. Bro, they were talking about a chess match. I don't like chess, so I don't like chess matches. I do not like that.
See, that's the thing, man. Your team's not. You know what I mean? You ain't
but you get like City, Liverpool in the past were tactical matches too, like Pep versus Klopp, but they still had a sense of entertainment in them. That match had like 3 shots on target the whole game. That's not entertainment. Like that's not even the slightest appeasing to watch. I think you could have tactical matches, but also have some entertainment value in them. Like obviously Doku had some entertainment today with his dribbles.
Yeah. Doku was the entertainer on the pitch.
That's what Doku's there for, man. He's there to bring vibes.
Michael, this is my argument to everyone that's been throwing Doku compilations at me and this and that and whatever. Doku was the entertaining player on the pitch. 0 goals, 0 assists. And if you're saying that he had the best finisher in world football, no doubt. Haaland alongside him, and Alvarez, who's probably one of the best forwards around as well. And he didn't get 0 assists, 0 goals. So, okay, he done a lot of feints. Everyone that's played football will know that a winger can feint as many times as you want. Doesn't mean you've been effective, you've done something. It's how you create. He created a chance for Foden, the one Foden blazed over. He created a chance for Haaland, where it got blocked and we actually scored from it. And he created a couple of situations. Okay, are you ready for this one? I've seen St. Maxim do the same, man.
I saw that on Twitter.
I've seen St. Maxim do the same at Newcastle. Like St. Maxim is the ultimate entertainer. I've seen people do that kind of shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there. If you lot want to come back at something and say he done this, he done that, he got 0 goals, 0 assists, but a lot of feints and dragbacks, where you look to cross it, but you don't cross it, you come back in. And the defender obviously is twisting and turning because Doku's quick. He's got the quickest feet. He's got the quickest acceleration. So he's going to do bits. But what did he actually do in the game? I want goals and assists. Diaz can do that for a living, and I criticize Diaz. Liverpool fans will know that watch my rubbish, right? That I speak on Diaz, and I say Diaz needs to get more goals and assists. Diaz has brought that to his game. If you watch Diaz at Porto, if you watch Diaz play for Colombia, even at Porto, he can do all those tricks that wingers can do. But I wanted more. Did you ever see Sadio Mane do these kind of things? No. Sadio Mane done it when he needed to do it. But then goals and assists was Sadio Mane. Goals and assists. So look, I'm not shitting on Doku. I'm just saying he didn't have that game that everyone is making out. I think he had a good game. He was up against Trent, who's not the strongest defensively. And I thought Trent handled him well overall. Overall. It's daunting. When Doku's coming at you, it's daunting. But I think he was all right, man. I think he was all right. What's this? What's that? How many minutes till you had the guess? Why are you bored? What's the matter, Coach's Corner? You're the Chelsea guy who left a message before the show started. Call in, man. The guests are here. People are here talking. Michael is here. Can you not hear him or see him? Blue Moon says, hi, Grizz. Did you see how both Klopp and Pep were happy with a draw? We have seen the real pretenders today. Are you saying that we're the real pretenders? If you are, I agree with you. And I appreciate you thinking that we're the pretenders, not Arsenal. But if Arsenal fans think they're in the title race, come through, call, speak up on your team.
Hey, man, they kind of I can't lie with them, though. They are.
They are, man. They are. Doku is 20 years old, by the way. He'll get better. No doubt. No doubt whatsoever. I'm a Doku fan. I wanted him as a Sadio Mane replacement last couple of years. I'm a Doku fan. I'm not sitting here saying Doku, whatever, Trent pocketed him, he's nothing, whatever. I'm not saying none of that business. You know what I mean? I'm saying he is. He is. No, I didn't say that, but he's good, but he's not that. When did I say that? Michael, did I say that?
No.
I literally said he didn't have that game that everyone made out. So why are you quoting like I said those words? Jesus, these people, man. This is where they make narratives and agendas. I literally said he's the best one-on-one winger in the world, but he didn't have that game that everyone made out. That's why I said Hector Rico. Love that name though, Hector Rico. Is that your real name? Let me know. Grizz, please dismiss Arsenal. Keep dismissing Arsenal. We will move in silence. Nah, bro, I speak when I see what I see. Declan Rice, Michael. Declan Rice, in my opinion, has or will keep them serious.
Of course.
I'm not saying they're going to win the league, but he'll keep them serious.
I think when, obviously my coach said it for best, Ferguson, defense wins championships, and they statistically have the best defense in the Premier League as of right now. Obviously, they weren't the strongest today with Ramsdale, a couple of errors, but they have you could argue they have the best center back partnership in the league with Saliba and Gabriel. And Declan Rice has played like the best six in the league this year. He's a physical monster. Mm-hmm. He's a leader. We've seen that at West Ham, and honestly, you can make an argument that he could wear that armband for Arsenal in a couple of years' time.
Yes, sir.
He's more of a leader than Odegaard. So I think I agree with you, especially these away games. I think that's where Declan Rice will shine best because that's where Arsenal has struggled in the past, maybe. Those away matches, we saw it last year. Liverpool away going up 2-0. Will that happen? Would that have happened if Declan Rice was on the pitch? Who knows? West Ham away. Like those are the kind of games that they signed Declan Rice for. And show that today. He was amazing today. And he's an incredible midfielder, man. I kind of understand, like, when we look at these 100-pound midfielders that moved away this summer, I understand why Declan Rice went that way because like I've seen the deficiencies with Enzo and you know I love Enzo, but like watching him today, his motor/engine is horrific. While Declan Rice, I think Declan Rice could play 200 minutes of football and not be tired in a single match.
Okay, I get what you're saying, and I agree with you about Declan Rice. Enzo is a sticky one. Like he played South America. I think he played full 90 minutes, and that was a war of attrition against Brazil. Argentina.
That's fair. That is fair.
But then saying that, I thought McAllister was one of our better players today. Alexis McAllister's got a lot of stick, but I thought he was so neat on the ball. Some of his passing was so intelligent. I get the whole physicality thing. But Declan Rice, to me, he's what you call a Premier League. I called him Premier League battle hardened. Like he knows this is Premier League. I've been playing in this league since I was a kid. I know what it takes not to win it because he was with West Ham, but he knows what it's like to go away to Brentford on a Saturday evening and just keep in the game, stay in the game, and then hope one of the guys up front does something. And it was Kai Havertz.
Hey, man, they wanted to play that one of them so many games last year. That back post cross from Saka is cash money, and it went to Xhaka all the time. And Kai Havertz is not good at many things, but one thing I'll give him, he's good in aerial duels.
He's a good. Well, he's 6 foot plus, bro.
Yeah, so I would expect him to be. I mean, you never know. There's some 6 foot people that know how to hit a ball. So you never know. And Kai Havertz, he did good. He got the winner, man. Fair enough to them. That was a professional win for them. Even though I think with Arsenal, they're the worst team to watch in the league this year. Everything they look robotic. They don't attack well. I mean, we see the big chances created. I think they've created like the 5th fewest big chances created. They're on like level with Sheffield and stuff. But saying that, I think they're scarier contenders this year than they were last year because even though the attack is not clicking, they have a rock solid defense, and that, like I said, that keeps you in contention, and that can win you a Premier League title because you could 1-0 your way to a Premier League title. It's not as long as you just keep winning. Even if it's the ugliest goal of all time, even if it's a Kai Havertz back post header every single game, it gets you the 3 points. That's all you need because they could keep a lot of clean sheets, especially Saliba stays healthy because you can have the argument between him and VVD, but I think personally for me, Saliba's been the best center back in the Premier League this year, and he just looks amazing. And Gabriel's look good. Zinchenko was decent today.
Zinchenko, man, that goal line clearance. You know what? It's mad. Brentford. Like that Rice goal line clearance, and what's his name's clearance? Zinchenko's clearance.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine, no problem. Goal line clearances. Mopai got the header on target. Who got the first one? I can't remember. For the Rice clearance.
It was either Mbuemo.
Whoever.
Yeah, one of the strikers. Yeah.
Can someone in the chat try to explain to me? Was it offside? Mopai, you know when he got the goal line clearance and then the ball goes out and the guy pulls it back and Mopai puts it out of play.
I got ball.
No. He taps it out of play. Like he puts it out of play. Like yeah. You know when like defenders put it out of play. Like yeah. It's a corner. Give them a corner. Oh, my man thought he's a defender and he's putting it out of play. He's giving a corner. What the fuck was that?
You know what? I tweeted like 5 minutes before that when Matip came out. I'm like, this guy's gonna get one chance this game. Let's see if he can. I mean, he's gonna get one big chance. Will he convert it or will he do that? And he did something that I wouldn't even imagine possible.
Bro, credit to him to get the header on target. No problem. Well done. Okay, Mopai won a header because I don't think he's brave. I don't think he's good. I don't think he's quick. And Thomas Frank is a respected, reputable manager. What made him go for Maurice Mopai? And then that chance, because that was a proper chance. He could have even took a touch. Instead, he put it out of play like, yeah. Like he pretended it was offside. What was he thinking?
That guy's terrible, man.
Like we were in the chat, yeah. The big 6 guys. We were in our WhatsApp group. We all laughed at the same time. That's how we all knew. What the fuck was that? The man just tapped it out like, yeah. Take the corner. You can't score from. We regroup. No, you're fucking supposed to be putting in this. You're not the defender there. Oh, he thinks there was an offside in the sequence. If there was, you put the ball in the back of the net and then you talk offside.
That makes it worse. That means he didn't play to the whistle. That means he just gave up.
Maurice Mopai. That's the one we're talking about. Maurice Mopai.
That's his name. His name is Neil.
But I'm calling Maurice Mopai. I don't give shit.
No, you're not fair enough, man. I got wrong names for everyone.
But I'm calling him Maurice Mopai. I'm sorry if I've yeah. Laugh. All of you lot laugh. I'm calling everyone from now on, call him Maurice. He's Maurice Mopai. Why the fuck did I call him Maurice Mopai? I don't know. But he's Maurice Mopai from now on. Forget him, man. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's his name from now on, Maurice. And that's how we're going to spell it. Maurice.
Like that.
Yeah, we're going to spell it like that. You know what? Brentford aren't shit. They're lacking their best. The main guy, right? Ivan Toney.
Yeah, let's say Toney. Obviously, Rico Henry's not there either. So you got like that's their best. That's their best defender, and then your best attacker.
For sure, he's a creative force as well from left back, man.
He covers so much ground because of his pace. Like losing that kind of player, that might even be more hurtful than Toney in a sense. Because at least with Toney out, you still have Mbomo to lean back on, and he's a good player. Well, if you lose Rico Henry, like Aaron Hickey, like he's got some ratings around the world, but he ain't Rico Henry. Maybe technically he is, but the pace and power that Rico Henry offers you, that's unreplaceable.
I need to see more of this Aaron Hickey guy, you know. A lot of hype about him.
Because he's two-footed. Because he's two-footed, that's why. Like, he's clean technically, but that's good and all. But, like, pace and, like, what's athleticism? I have to see more of his, like, athleticism. But technically, like, he's very technically proficient. Right foot, left foot, he can play both sides, fullback. So, but offers a lot of versatility, which is always rated, obviously.
Victor says, by the way, Grizz, Brentford have lost just 3 of their last 23 home games. and 2 of them been to Arsenal. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I tweeted just an hour ago that it's a vital, huge win for them. I think they smashed it. I'm not gonna lie. I really thought, oh, can Brentford hang on there? I mean, I knew Arsenal would create another chance. It was a matter of if they're gonna take it, and they did. Guys, keep smashing those like buttons, man. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. I'm going to do more regular content, I promise you. Red Fellas will be back tomorrow. We have Europa League to look forward to in the week. We've got loads of other content lined up ready.
I'll see you there soon, by the way.
Say again?
I'll see you there soon, by the way. Europa League. Whoa, I got added the playlist to my...
I've been telling Man United fans. I've been telling you guys. Have you got Galatasaray this week?
Yeah, bro. Wednesday. No, to make it worse, it's not even the 8 o'clock fixture in your time. It's the 5:45. The early fixture. It's long.
I wonder what the atmosphere is going to be like in Turkey at 5:45.
It's cooked. Nah, it's cooked, bro. I obviously, being from the Mediterranean myself, bro, I've been to I haven't got to Turkey, but I've been to Karashkaki and Olympiacos. I know what the atmosphere is like. Long day.
Bro, I've been to Turkey 3 times. Bro, I'm telling you, innit?
Long day, bro.
Bro, the passion is unrivaled.
I think Victor Lindelof starts too. Nah, it's long. Nah, that's what we remember. It's good night, bro. He's gonna. Nah,
he's been. Whisper it quietly. He's been decent.
I think he's the worst player in the Man United. You know why I think that? Because he's He's the most mediocre guy of all time. Like, he doesn't do anything good. He has no saving attribute. I just think he's the most mediocre guy of all time.
Well, Kevin's coming and said we're progressing to Kevin. Kevin says we're progressing to the next round, and he gives a thumbs up. Okay,
Kevin, I've been in so many videos with you in the chat, bro, and you never said that before. Nah, this guy's lying, man. We're not progressing to the next round.
Kev's not normally doesn't get carried away usually. But let's see what happens. People in the chat, I've got 7-8 of you waiting. We're all going to be coming through. Everyone's be coming through now. In fact, Michael, you want to stick around for a little while?
Yeah, bro.
All right, sure. Let's stick around. Let's bring in Quazi as well. Quazi is in the building. My brother, long time, man.
My brother, good to see you, man. It's been ages.
I'm back, man. I'm back. I've been busy. So life is busy.
Congratulations. I need to say that before we get busy.
Thank you very much.
Talking. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It's been a long time. Mike, good to see you, man.
See you, bro.
My Man U fan, I can banter you while we talk today. But Grizz, today's match, I'm a little bit half. Okay. If it makes sense. Mm-hmm. And the reason why is because it's 13 games already and we have 4 draws. And that is irking me. This game would have made more sense to me if we beat Luton and finish off Brighton. Then I'm like, okay, you went to Etihad. It's a draw ticket. But this one is like, usually with City, I'm like, win or lose. That's how it's going to be. So I don't really have that butterflies like, oh, what's going to happen? It's like Liverpool going to win or Liverpool's going to lose. But today I felt like we gave them way too much respect, especially in the first half. The gaps were way too much between their offensive threat and our defense. But other than that, I was hoping we would sneak in, especially Diaz had that last minute chance where he thought somebody was behind him, so he tried to flick it back. That would have been crazy. But one thing that I've come to terms, and I think, Grizz, you also have said it. I saw you on the Big Six show. You said the same thing. This is year 1 of Club 2.0. So I'm not going to be overcritical of certain things that happen. I'm trying to look it through the eyes of the manager, how he wants certain things set, right? So, for instance, Szoboszlai, a lot of people was like, oh, he had a bad game today. And that's because they want him to dribble 2-3 players and shoot a ball from like 40 yards out. Then they would think he actually played good. But you have to look at exactly what he was doing. Defensively, he was plugging those little holes. So City did not have the chance to push those passes through the midfield. It had to go to the outside. And if you are not paying attention, you would think, oh, he didn't do anything, right? The manager took him off because he was running a lot. So he had to come out for a breather, and he just came back from international break. Alexis did very well today. Everybody was worried, oh, CD wasn't in Rodri's gonna kill. Nothing he did. Tsimikas, we have to give him a shout out. Everybody was worried.
Yeah,
I don't think Foden had too many chances. The chances he had was all based on our mistakes. Doku, oh my God, Doku, nothing he did. I mean, I know you were trying to be respectful, Grizz, but you just have to say how it is. Nothing he did. Trent, I know that the agendas. Oh, Doku did this. No, Doku didn't do anything. Doku didn't do anything. He didn't have any assists. He didn't score any goals. He didn't have any threat. One thing that we also have to look at is, I don't know if you've seen his Grace, but it seems like Trent is learning how VVD is defended, which is don't do it by yourself. Position yourself where it allows the rest of your team to join you, so you don't have to try to do anything crazy things, And I understand some people are still stuck in the past. They want you to do what Ashley Cole used to do, what Ramos used to do, but the game has changed. If you don't pay attention to how Liverpool plays or even City plays, the game has changed. We don't play like 20, 30 years ago. And even with Liverpool, we don't play like when we have Mane, Salah, and Bobby. Those days are over. And I don't look at Liverpool like that anymore. Those are mostly people who are stuck in, this is how we have to play. We have to just jump right back to where we used to be. I don't think that's what Klopp is looking for. But today's game, I was hoping we would punch him really hard.
Can I ask, why did you think that? Why did you hope that? Let me remind you, Man City have won 23 games in a row.
Right.
They've obliterated a lot of big teams. A lot of Champions League teams have gone there, including the likes of Real Madrid, Leipzig. All of the best teams around Europe have gone there. Liverpool, we confess and we admit, is in the year one of a rebuild. A brand new midfield goes there. No Robertson. Konate not deemed fully match fit. Why did you think we're gonna go there and smash them or not show them respect? I think it was a very good approach. I think barring Alisson, in my opinion, everyone looked really composed. There was a couple of times we broke out, but we just didn't look efficient. I didn't think we would have gone out there and just gone all guns blazing against this formidable team. They're the best team in the world, Quazi.
Right.
So you have to respect the best team in the world, especially at their ground. We've gone with our best team that I've ever seen and not won there. We've gone with the prime Liverpool and not got a result there. I disagree with that thinking.
Well, this is the reason why. City, I think this is the thing. City has an aura where everybody still think is the old City, and I think it's not like that anymore. The part where you have to respect City. I mean, that one you have to, but I'm saying we gave them too much of that, because you could see the difference between the first half and the second half. The second half, when we actually did what we wanted to do, you could see that we were calm. That's why I don't feel like Liverpool defense is a worry. I'm more concerned about our scoring goals, because we create a lot of chances, but we don't put them away. If we do that, like one of my friends told me, Nunes could have a hat-trick today. Plus, Trent's goal, that's 4 goals. Yes, they could also score 2-3 goals, whatever. But I'm saying that I think I feel like we went there not to lose.
I think you think there's an opportunity missed.
Yes, I feel like there's a slight opportunity missed.
I kind of see where you're coming from. I kind of think, and I agree with you, that the City aren't the City of the old. I absolutely agree with you there as well. And as I said, I kind of think I know what you mean, but then you have to relate it to us as well. How many people have doubted if we're in a title race? How many people have said, nah, Liverpool not going to be anywhere close to a title race? How many people have said, calm down, you haven't played anyone? By the way, we've played all the top 6 teams away from home now. We played all the top 6 teams away from home. So people can carry on chatting shit about, you haven't played anyone, or you've been lucky, or whatever. You give me top 6 played away and 1 point behind City, I'm taking that after 13 games. So taking all that into consideration, I don't think I'm disappointed with the attitude. I'm definitely not disappointed with the desire, because we didn't give up, even though we weren't fluent. We weren't at our fluent best. We weren't our normal, as you said, the attacking wasn't fluent.
Yeah.
Jota got injured and I don't like him on the left. I thought he's going to play more central and
I
Nunes
agree.
may be drifting, but he played it the other way around. That doesn't work for me. Jota is much better through the middle and Nunes given a role to go and cause havoc.
Right.
But the way Man City spread the play, the way Man City stretched the play, make the pitch even bigger, we had to get Jota to do the defensive work. On the whole, by the way, I agree about your Szoboszlai talk, except I thought he was so poor for the goal.
Yes,
Like
I agree.
he rushed out there
Too fast.
and then he didn't know what to do after that.
And-
Instead, if you've rushed out there, give the foul then.
Foul him. Yeah, get a yellow card. Get a yellow card.
And he might not have got the yellow card at that stage. But stop the move. He went
Right.
out there, which was good. He showed the urgency to get out there, which was good. It reminded me of Henderson in the bad days, in the latter days, where Henderson would not make a tackle.
Right.
But on the majority, on the whole, I thought we managed them. Michael, what's your views on Quazi saying as a neutral that this was Liverpool's chance to go and win there? I think Quasi's trying to say.
I
Or
thought we
did you
had to punch it. I thought we had a knockout chance to take 3 points. That's what I felt.
Michael, do you agree with the notion that we should have been more brave and more, what's the word, assertive?
I kind of hear it, but also I think Grizz mentioned the year one of rebuild project. Obviously, maybe if you had, I know McAllister played well today, but I don't think your press was as high as usual, and I think McAllister had to play a part of that because if you do that high press and you get beat, if they get past that first press, then you leave McAllister on the island, and he's a good footballer, but he's just not a 6. So maybe if you're a prime Fabinho. So I think I get what you're saying because I kind of felt that way a couple of years ago when Man United were us in Liverpool at the top 2 and went to Anfield. Obviously that Liverpool team was ravaged with injuries and everything, but I feel like that was the best time to play Liverpool, Anfield away, and we got a draw. And I felt like people said it was a good point, but I was not really. But obviously City are much better than Liverpool. But I kind of get you, but I also think Grizz is right. You have to show Liverpool City the respect that they deserve. Yeah. And they just deserve that kind of respect, and it's hard to go to Etihad. We all make fun of Etihad and everything, the Etihad, but Grizz mentioned 23 games won in a row at home. I feel like they haven't lost a big game at home in 4 years now. It just feel like they just don't lose there. Maybe Spurs the only team to beat them there the last time out of all the big 6. They just don't lose there. So for me, you take the point. First game after
they've lost the odd mad game.
Yeah,
against the Palace. They've lost the odd where it's just a one-off.
One-off game, yeah.
Big games, they just don't lose their Quasi.
Yeah.
Big games, I've always said it. I've said they're the best team in the world. And I don't mean that to blow smoke up their ass, man. I'd like to think I know why I watch. And I said this, that once it's all said and done, once this Pep era is finished, okay, let's take away the charges for a couple of minutes.
I'm with you on what you're going with, yeah.
Yeah, let's take away all that for a little while because that will take care of itself whether they get found guilty and get demoted or whatever. Right. That's none of our business right now. Right now, we're football guys, football fans talking on the football. In my opinion, guys, this will go down as one of the best Premier League teams ever. This era of 10 years it will be by the time Pep finishes. Yeah. You're looking at possibly, I hope not.
The most competitive.
I hope not, but you're possibly looking at 8-9 titles in 10 years. What was the record for United in terms of total domination?
I think between 92 and 99, I think we won 7 of 8 or something like that, or 6 of 8. Something like that. I think Blackburn and Arsenal stole 2 of them. They got 2 of them away from us. So 6 of 8, I'd say.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's it's an insane level.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's difficult to say. I was confident of not getting beat. I said it from the all week.
See that you get. I think you slightly coming to where.
No.
I know you think that it was a good point.
No. I was confident of not getting beat all week.
Yeah,
but I never once was confident of winning there though.
Oh,
not once. I said it on all the shows and all the platforms. I said it on 90 Minutes. I said it on Big Six. I said it on my channel. All 3 platforms that I go on. I said I'm very confident this time round. Last season I was dreading it. I was thinking, I was thinking, is this is going to be a shambles?
I lost
It's
half
gonna
of
be-
my
because-
hair, trust me. But this is the thing though. See, I'm not too over. That's why I say I'm not going to be overcritical and be like, oh, no. It's just I feel like Liverpool is at a level where we are ahead of. Okay, this year one is way ahead of the first year one. This is how I see it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? The first year one, it took us, we were just exciting. This year one, they are so mature. Like, even though we got 3 or 4 brand new players in the midfield, and they are so mature.
But we've still got the spine is still of the mentality monsters. Salah,
Yes.
Alisson, Virgil, Robertson, Van Dijk are still there.
Yes.
Everyone around them is new. I get it. But that first team didn't have a spine.
didn't have all that, yeah.
mentality monsters. So we should be ahead of that team.
Yeah. And I mean, I totally agree with Mike. You're right. Grizz is pushing me towards his thinking. And I said, I'm not going to be overcritical.
No.
The thing is, like I said,
I hear you. I hear
Yeah.
you as well. I heard your point. I know what you mean. A couple of my friends were like,
it was like that.
we're going to win. They were very confident of winning. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm with you guys about the confidence and not getting beat. Definitely. I'm much more positive. But winning in the Etihad in a big game.
But Grizz, check this out though. Have you seen that this is the reason why I think maybe I'm feeling this way. City beat us because we made a mistake. The kick was Alisson kicking the ball and then he slipped.
That's the frustrating part.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, this whole season,
that's frustrating. That's mad.
6 or 7 goals that have gone in against Liverpool is because we gave it to them.
I agree,
and that's why I'm feeling like that. You see what I mean?
I hear you. You can't make a mistake. You just can't make a mistake against these guys.
Exactly. So that's why I'm looking at the game. I'm like, City played the way they play, regardless of who they play against. But did they really hurt us? Because even Foden's chance was another mistake that Alisson did. And yes, let's talk about Alisson. You're not going to see Alisson like this for another 2 years.
He has no. You're giving him too much credit. He has one game a season like this.
Okay, so
We
next
know
year.
this. Remember, he always has a mad game like this. One game.
Let's
We
see
think,
his
we
first
think, what are
year.
you doing, Alisson? What are
Yeah.
you doing? He always does one of these rickets. You know what I mean?
I think it was just he had a jitters, and
But then he made a brilliant save from.
Oh my God.
Brilliant save. That was in.
I thought that was wide at. I thought it was wide at first.
It was going in.
I saw the replay. I'm like, okay, fair enough. That's a good
No,
save.
that was in. That goal was in. And that was Alisson special.
Yeah.
But
And
overall, he was dodgy.
Yeah, I think he maybe the whole international break they didn't do well, so he's trying to get his dominance back again. But Etihad does that to him. The last time we went to Etihad, and God bless his dad. So that's when his pops had passed away, and he had that horrible time at Etihad. So Etihad sometimes gives him a little bit, but maybe after this,
was there a foul on the goal they scored?
On today,
the one Diaz scores and Akanji is given the foul on Alisson. You don't remember that?
I don't think it's a foul. Sorry, it's a foul. Goalies have to be protected. They've been doing. Goalies have to be protected. It wasn't shoulder to shoulder. If it's shoulder to shoulder, okay, debate. But he's put his hand on his back of his shoulder. The same thing that Arsenal fans have been crying about with the Newcastle goal that Gabriel apparently got pushed from the back. Yes, there was a hand in his back.
Ooh.
I'm just saying it was a foul. I know my commentator on my side will say, nah, this is too soft. No. First of all, he held his hand first, and then he put his hand on his shoulder. You can't do that against the goalie. I thought goalies were always protected.
Michael?
That's fair. I mean, to be fair, they're consistent in
Yeah,
not calling goalkeepers.
let's try to be fair. Michael, United fan,
Yeah.
hates City, hates Liverpool. Talk to us. Was that what would you have said about that?
I wouldn't say it's a foul, but they're consistent that it is a foul on goalkeepers. So you have to respect them for that. They are consistent with it. Maybe on a center back, that's not a foul, but with goalkeepers, they get that extra layer of protection, which I don't agree with. I don't think they should get that extra layer of protection because sometimes they use that as an advantage to get away with stuff. But
Can I ask though, the way I look at it, guys, is when was the last time, and remind me if I'm wrong or if I don't remember, anyone in the chat as well. When was the last time a goal like that was given?
Yeah,
it's
that's
usually
the
not
thing.
given, isn't it?
Yeah, so consistent. I got it.
Thank you.
We've been crying for consistency with the Premier League refs all year, so
Yeah.
we have to give them some kind. Even though I think they're terrible, but also City have gotten way too many decisions on their part this year, so I don't feel bad for them at all because I'm still mad about that penalty 3 weeks ago, so they can hold that.
The ref was pretty good today, even though he's from Manchester. He was. I'll give it him. He was pretty well.
No drama.
No drama. The game was just about the game, and and again,
You know what? I think that's the fixture. That 7:30, that 12:30 fixture never has a lot of controversy.
I was gonna say it, but
it's always the 3 p.m. and like the 5:30 p.m. because they're like the more watched games. They always the refs like they think they're drama stars. Like, oh, it's my show now.
let's I'm gonna keep you two on for a couple of more minutes. All right, I'm gonna keep it moving, guys. Hope you understand and respect that. But Michael, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna bring on another Liverpool fan. Michael,
good to see you, Mike.
Good to see you again,
bro. It's been
I hope you lose tomorrow, man. I hope you lose tomorrow.
I don't know, man. I'm 50.
Don't you guys want to see Everton relegated?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, a draw be fine.
Because United are irrelevant now.
Yeah, bro.
And I just want Sean Dyche and Everton to be relegated as well. So,
but see, they will be 4 points behind us, and then they're gonna be like, "Yeah, we back." I don't want to hear that.
Don't listen to my fan base.
I want them to talk like that.
Yeah.
So I hope they do go 4 points behind us. I think we got them in 2 weeks' time or something. 3 weeks' time.
I will not be available. I will not. I'll be hanging under a rock, man.
Speak soon. Nice one. Look up some Michael voice.
Good to see you, Mike.
Take care. We're gonna bring in Liverpool's 12th man, and we're gonna make this a Liverpool segment. I have a feeling.
Yes,
because Liverpool's 12th man is self-explanatory. I don't need to ask you who you support. I don't need to ask you where your allegiances lay. Welcome to the show, my brother. Hope you're doing well.
I'm well. I hope that you are well too. Big up to Quazi.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. Yeah, I'm definitely I'm on the same level as Quazi, as in the sense of being like, kind of in between whether to feel like, super excited or super happy about today's result. But I think that considering City hasn't lost here or hasn't, had a real bad result at home, and how difficult it is for us to get a result against them, it was definitely something to uplift the spirits somewhat to see the Scouser, our vice captain Trent, do what he's doing behind me to the City crowd, and
I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
One thing, I think, Paul, man, we talked about this. That this inverted. That word, if I hear one more time, I swear to Lord. But we have to give the manager credit, where now Trent is also learning.
Yes.
He's picking his spot when to invert and when to go outside. Right. And today, when he did that, he created some chances, especially his crosses was coming from outside rather than trying to cross from the midfield of the field. And then his goal was perfectly worked between I think Salah, him, and I think Diaz was the one who switched the ball from across. Yeah. I mean, you have to definitely. I've stated this before. I've seen it on other content creator pages or such. Is that sometimes I think people get into this lazy narratives and they get into this parrot punditry, I call it, which is where they hear things. They hear, maybe your Carragher or like your Neville's or people like that, or maybe other content creators on YouTube, and then you hear these people just say the same tired, narratives, and you're like, you have to scratch your head sometimes because. For me today, I thought Trent had a very good game, despite the fact that, people make a point about like, oh, well, he got passed up by, Doku, or he got passed up by this. When did he get passed by? I don't.
Okay. So from what I remember, in the first half, he got past him where Matip, I think it was in the opening 15 minutes where Matip made a brilliant clearance. So he got on the outside of him. Okay. Yeah. But as I was describing to, I can't remember who I was describing to Michael, he done a lot of what's known as feints and dragbacks. Right. When you look to cross it, cut back in, and then you cut back out again, cut back in, cut back out. In my opinion, is not or shouldn't be classed as dribbled past a player.
I agree, and that's why I'm asking.
So dribbled past is what he did do to Trent. I remember twice.
Yes.
There may have been more. I don't know. I can't remember every incident. Right. On the whole, I think Trent managed him far better than Trent has managed, for example, Leroy Sané. Remember Leroy Sané?
Yes,
Where he murdered us. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that was one of Trent's early games or
Early
something.
games, yeah.
Yeah. But then Sané, if I remember correctly, had a major influence on the overall game as well in terms of the result. I think they won quite comfortably. I can't remember the top of my head, but my argument for the people that said he got cooked, Doku was on flames.
Well, it was uncooked.
That's agenda.
It was medium rare for
That's
me.
my point. That's my point. That's lazy narratives. That's just you just doing parrot punditry. That's just you again just doing these, even sometimes pushing your own agendas against, the whole Trent can't defend. I think Trent can defend. He did exactly what Quazi was saying, in that he was trying to show him the sideline. He wasn't really scared about him crossing or anything like that. It was more so he didn't want him to cut back and be able to get inside to get an actual shot on that right foot. And that was more important to Trent. And he also knew that he had cover. And as long as his coverage was good, he knew that they could purposely trap him into making a mistake and not being a threat. And that's why when you hear these people say, oh, he got cooked. No, he did exactly what he was asked to do, And on top of that, good right wings should be able to occasionally get past you or get a little bit ahead of you or this or that, because that's why they play the wing. Technically, they're probably going to be one of the fastest players on the team. So when it comes to situations like that, I go, hey, slow it down a little bit, get a little bit a better perspective on the game, and don't just do the whole parrot punditry. Don't just do the lazy narratives.
He's exciting.
Yes,
I'm a fan of his. So as I said before, I'm not gonna suddenly become an unfan of his
because we played.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still think he's dazzling. I still think he's gonna get even better. He's a scary proposition for any fullback. I wanted him in Sadio Mane's position, and when I knew Sadio Mane is going, I wanted. I thought he's gonna be the one for years. So I'm not gonna suddenly sit here and say, But I'm just saying the people that have said, "Whoa, that was the game, Doku." It wasn't. It just.
No, wasn't. I see that somebody said if Trent didn't score, we would have said Trent didn't have a poor game. Trent played very well.
He didn't have a poor game.
He did not have a poor game.
We know when Trent's had a poor game.
Yes, we've seen it.
Exactly.
Trent was poor for the goal. In conjunction, in combination with Szoboszlai, they were both poor in their reaction to the goal kick.
Yes.
From Alisson, where he's trying to find Salah. So their reaction and their defensive awareness and anticipation and professionalism, because you need to foul the player there if you think he's going to go through. That was poor.
Right.
Overall, Trent wasn't poor, man.
Because then I'm gonna say then VVD and Matip was poor because they let Haaland just come straight through the middle and score the goal.
Exactly.
And you can't say that. Trent played very well, and a lot of fans are quiet because you guys told us that Tsimikas is gonna get killed.
Yeah.
Trent is gonna get cooked, and just like Yusuf said, this is some Salmonella
settings. Yeah,
thank you. You eat that kind of food, you're gonna get sick. So I'm not gonna say he got cooked.
Look, we've seen us Liverpool fans. Some of us are honest enough to know or see when Trent's got cooked.
Yep.
Yes.
And admit he has been cooked, man.
Yeah. He's made mistakes. He has made some mistakes this year.
There is not a fullback in the world that hasn't been cooked. Trent, we know his strength isn't his 1-to-1 defending.
Exactly.
But he's getting better from what I can see. And I'm a massive critic of his one-on-one defending or his general defensive awareness. I'm a massive critic of that aspect of his. Believe it or not, guys.
Okay.
I call him out on that.
Yeah.
But his genius is his footballing ability.
Right.
His speciality. In fact, this is a Liverpool segment. Let me bring in another Liverpool fan because Tom Little's in here as well. So because then we got other Chelsea fans and United fans.
Yeah, Chelsea fans. We need you guys to come in front of the class and answer.
No, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it all separate. We're gonna keep it separate. But as it's a Liverpool segment right now, and Tom's wearing a Liverpool top as well, so this looks like in fact, I look like the least Liverpool fan out.
Yeah, we'll pretend that you're not a Liverpool fan.
Exactly.
Just pretend.
But Tom, how you doing? Long time no see. Hope you've been well as well.
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Hope you're well as well. Good to be back. I'm quite happy with football with today's results. Not a lot of complaints.
Did you Tom? Was you yeah? Good to see you, Tom. Was you listening when Quazi opened up the statement? I'm not putting Quazi out there to hang to dry, but it's a conversation because in my WhatsApp groups I was having the same conversation. A lot of the guys that I was speaking to were saying the same thing as Quazi. I haven't heard Liverpool 12th man opinion on it and yours, so we'll get yours. Quazi saying we showed them too much respect in the first half, and that it might be an opportunity missed. Use two guys' opinions on that. Whoever goes first.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Okay, go, Tom.
No, you go, because I still need to think about it a little bit. It's a good question.
I can understand Quasi's point by saying there's an opportunity missed. I mean, if anything, we've all been stating that this club, this city club, has not been the same, bright lights and sparkle, whatever you want to call it, as previous city teams. And if you look at their lineup, look at their bench. On their bench, they had Carson, Ortega, Lewis, Stones, Vardial, Phillips, Gomez, and Bob. They didn't use any of those subs today. And there's a reason. Because, if you look at our team, we utilize 5 subs, obviously. But, I mean, and it could have hurt us, considering that when Allison pulled up a little lame, I was very, very – I was wondering if someone's going to have to go grab the gloves for him.
By the way, guys, I'm so sorry. By the way, who would have gone in goal? Because no subs. Who would have been the outfield player, guys, do we think?
Tsimikas.
Who would have gone and go? Tsimikas? Why?
I've seen him in training pictures where he's trying to be goalie.
I reckon we'll chuck Gakpo for the height, 6 foot.
Yeah, I was going to say, I go Cody for the height.
That's a good question, I'm going to ask that in the poll. But yeah, sorry, go on. Sorry, go on.
No worries. Yeah, it's a great question. Yeah, because that's where, but I think that's the difference. And that's why if there was any time for us to utilize this, I thought it was possibly this opportunity that was before us. And because we had more depth, because we have the I know they have the crowd behind them and everything else, but because we have more depth, I thought that we could possibly get a result today. And getting a draw is almost as good. It's not a win, of course, but it is something that not many teams since, like I said earlier, I believe Everton was the last team to get a result here at the Etihad, I believe. I think it was 1-1 was the last result that we saw from them.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, you've had a couple of minutes to think about it.
I don't think it's an opportunity missed because of how good they are at the Etihad. I think I think the gripe can be how we improved in the second half, because you'll go, well, if we just went with that in the first half, you wouldn't have conceded, you might have won the game. But I don't disagree with how we started the game, because I'd say the reason why the likes of Gravenberch and Diaz had the impact they had was because they were coming off the bench. If they were starting the game and let's say you don't get into it as much, you're not really going to get the same effect with a Jota coming on or a Jones coming on, because that's just not their skill set. Gravenberch is more of a front-footed, dynamic driver of the ball. Luis Diaz is more of a player who wants to get on the ball and dribble and take on his man and offer a little bit of width on that left-hand side. I think the one thing that I do think we got a little bit wrong today is I thought that in that first half, there was too much space between the attack and the midfield. So a lot of times when we were getting it in the midfield, and we were actually doing quite well from defence to midfield, when we were trying to get it to that strike force, it just wasn't getting there. It get intercepted, or it cut out, or it was under hit. And a lot of the losses of possession that first half were trying to get it into the feet of a Nunes or into the feet of a Salah. And I was someone who all this week was going, I think this could be a game for Gakpo in that space on Rodri. He could cause a lot of problems in that area. And I just think when he came on, you saw little glimpses of what he could do. I just think that was the main one for me that stood out, was the opportunity that you missed today. But in terms of an overall thing, I certainly, if we at the end of the season, I won't look back at the Etihad away and go, that's where we missed it. That's where it went wrong this season, because I'm happy with the draw and I'm happy with the way it went in terms of the performance, because this could have very easily been a dodgy game. 12:30, first game back after an international break. You could see fatigue in some legs. I'm happy to leave the toughest away ground in the league with the points.
It's not even the toughest away ground in the league, guys. I genuinely think it's the toughest away ground in Europe. You're looking at 23 game winning sequence. Not any draws in there as well, guys. That's 23 wins. And we know they play in the Champions League. So we know there's been the caliber of teams that have come to there. All right. Even though sometimes they get Europa League draws, we know that in terms of their group. But Real Madrid have been smashed to smithereens there. Arsenal have been beaten there. And every other big club has been beaten there, including us. We got whooped there 4-1 last season. As I explained to Quazi, I don't know if you two were listening, I think I was very okay with our approach. From a tactical point of view, I totally understood Curtis Jones starting ahead of Gravenberch to stay in the game at minute 60. Because as you guys have all alluded to, our bench was far stronger today. When was the last time we said that, by the way?
Exactly.
But our bench was stronger and more impactful. And potentially more impactful. Tom, your point about Gakpo, I hear it, I get it. My only slight criticism of the the tactical setup was I didn't want Jota to be out left wide. That I thought Jota would have played like we played against Brentford. I don't know if you guys remember the last league game before the international break.
In the channel.
Where Jota was in that kind of sort of playing between Kyle Walker and Diaz, in between. Not out, and Diaz and Nunes wasn't just used as a 9 target man. Give Nunes the free role, not the type of free role that Bobby had or Gakpo has, where you drop deep. You don't want him dropping deep and linking play. You want Nunes running both flanks, sometimes doubling up with Salah, sometimes doubling up with on this side whoever the player is, and then Curtis Jones could have been used as a left winger stroke. How Gini used to play that. So that would have given protection to Tsimikas, who again we need to give plaudits to, because I think I speak for about 75% of the fan base that thought Tsimikas, oh shit, this could be terrible. But yeah, that's the only thing tactically. I don't think it was. I agree. I don't think it was an opportunity missed. I don't think it was 2 points dropped for sure. And guys, when City take the lead, how many teams come back? And you don't. You don't.
But Chris, can I say one point though? I know that you said that Etihad is in your mind the hardest place to play in the world, possibly. There's some places in Spain that would probably say different, but I will say that when it comes to the Premier League, I think though, and I've seen Anfield rise the spirits and level of Liverpool more so than I've seen the Etihad be the difference maker in rising the spirits of Man City. And that's why I think Anfield is a harder place to play than necessarily Etihad in that respect.
I hear you. No. I absolutely hear that aspect of what you're saying, because even today Pep was trying to rally Anfield.
Oh, you heard what he said, right?
Yeah, he goes, I wish there was a bit more noise, but we're not ready yet. Yeah. Right. So I get what you're saying, bro. I just meant from strangling the game in big games, know how to dominate the ball, keep the ball, the best at probably keeping the ball. I think Man City, and overall Man City we have to admit it, Man City for the last 12 months for sure have been the best team in the world. I don't think there's much argument, guys. Is there? I don't know. Real Madrid are not that team anymore.
No, they're not. They're not there yet. They're too young. And
Grizz, if I can, Bayern Munich.
No. Man City won the treble. I think people seem to forget that Man City won the treble.
And you know what, Tom? Quite comfortably as well. People forget that aspect. It wasn't difficult, When Man United won the treble, it was like, the Bayern Munich game was just so crazy. The Arsenal semi-final in the FA Cup was crazy. So there was games where they were undeserved winners. Yeah. Man City, guys, we don't like saying it. We're Liverpool fans here right now. But Man City walked the treble. That's going to be the easiest treble in history. So I hear what you're saying, Tom, Liverpool's 12th man, about the crowd influence, about Anfield being intimidating when the crowd's on it. I get that from the atmosphere, from the backing, from the support, but that's what we do.
Right.
But I'm talking about from a footballing point of view. they're a different level when they're usually at Etihad. Hence why, overall, I think we managed them. Quasi, sorry, you was going to say something.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I was gonna rebuttal a little bit of what Tom said. Is the reason why I'm saying we might have missed a slight chance and there's too much respect was because, especially what you explained, the gap between us defending and their attackers was too wide. So by the time we get there, they already passed the ball. You know how quick they move the ball.
The gap between our defense.
No, I mean like when we are in a defensive
transition,
there was too much gap between us and them. You know, club likes our defensive structure to be closer, so you could press. And today he wasn't gonna go press like you said earlier. If you try to press, they would have, it would have no, But what I'm saying is, and I think maybe this also go against what Grizz said. I think he should have started Jota as a striker and Diaz started because we needed to control the game more. When you have Nunes, it's not his fault. It's just the players that he's playing with. Every time he's there, they just want to launch the ball at him and say, go get it.
Did you see, guys, before the game where Szoboszlai was talking to Nunes and the only hand signals that I was seeing was
exactly just keep going. You know?
Like, don't look. He was even saying, Szoboszlai was even saying to him, don't look. When you just get the ball, I will see you, you go.
Right.
And
so
you can't do that.
But see, is that, guys, are we playing that? Are you guys suggesting that we're doing that tactic too much now? Like I just think, first time balls are doing bypassing. Because again, I think bypassing Rodri, that was the best way to bypass Rodri, you see.
Right.
He's a one-man mountain there. Instead of trying to play through him, we know he's not going to let you go through. A, because he's magnificent. B, because he fouls a lot. So he's not going to let you get through there by hook or by crook. And we know he doesn't get yellow cards for it. So maybe that was a tactic only for this game. I'd be worried if we continue doing that. Let's just say.
The long balls, if you look at the statistics, it was 32 out of 46 long balls for Manchester City, and it was 16 out of 43 for Liverpool. So obviously, you know, we're talking 70% to 37% when it comes to long balls. That's considerable. And then even with crosses, they had 5 out of 21, which is 24%. And we only had 2 out of 10 for our crossing. So I mean, like, we were trying to hit them. It just so happens that they were throwing more uppercuts, if you want to put it that way, or haymakers at us, and more so than we got to get at them, I think.
Yeah.
I just think I think you have to show City a certain amount of respect when you go to the Etihad. If this was at Anfield, I think it's a completely different game. I think we play it a different way. Yeah. I think that we were just looking at it and going, if you're playing the long balls in behind, you're going to get Nunes one-on-one with Diaz. But that's also going to give Salah a little bit of space to work with. I thought when you were going slowly through the phases with your build-up, Ake was just getting touch tight to Salah, and they were bringing Bernardo Silva over as well to Salah. So they were trying to cut off all avenues of getting the ball to Salah. So it was almost like Nunes was getting left up there on his own. We were resorting to these straight long balls. It was the only way out. I thought that the respect that we showed them was a fair amount because they're always going to be dangerous. I think the only thing that could have possibly changed was the quality in driving the ball forward from midfield. That is the way you close that gap. You need a Szoboszlai or a Jones in that first half. And you saw it when Gravenberch came on, he done it really well. Picking that ball up from deep, and instead of passing it and trying to pick them apart with passes, go for a bit of pace and power and just go, right, I'm right through you. And that closes the lines.
But there was a couple of times we did do that. And Darwin Nunes, bless his socks. He's so good at so many things.
Just that one part.
He's just some things he's not even average at. He's poor at. So he's so good at so many things, but he's poor at a couple of things.
Yeah.
And getting that touch out of his feet, I think he's poor at the moment.
Yeah.
Or having awareness in those situations. In his decision making, I think he's poor. Those two aspects, when he gets even average or average to good at them, boy, have we got a player.
Yeah.
You can say
there are so many other things he's bloody good at.
No, because a couple of times where McAllister had the ball and Szoboszlai came in and even Jones came in, we were able to move the ball so well that City had no clue what was going on. And then bang, we were right in front of their box. And again, yes, bless Nunes socks. We could not take the shot. Just take the shot, just like you did against Bolivia.
I think who made the point? I think Quazi, you made the point about Szoboszlai wasn't as good as he's been on the ball in the past, but the amount of land he covered today, and that's what you gotta do, because look, we can hate Bernardo Silva as much as we want. We can call him a rat, we can call him what you want, but guys,
he's figured that thing out.
How good is Bernardo Silva?
Oh man,
no, he's talented. I was just gonna say, I can understand your criticism of Nunez. Nunez definitely had a different approach towards getting the ball from his feet when he was facing Argentina. That was one of the greatest goals for his career, possibly. And when it comes to a lot of what we're saying, I think Klopp said it in the post interview about how that we did show them a little bit, maybe too much respect or something to those lines, as in we weren't really playing our game, we were kind of like watching them play theirs. And I think that once he went into that halftime talk, he emphasized the fact that this is an opportunity. And that's why when Quazi said this is an opportunity missed, I think even Klopp referenced that in saying that we can get this point where we can get something out of this game. Let's go out there and get it. And stop watching the game come to you. Why not go out and take the game?
And play the game. And even Trent, he said we played poor. And then the commentator on our side said, no, you guys didn't play poor. You guys played very well. I don't think, and I understand what Trent was trying to say. He's just basically saying we did not play our game. We kind of like exactly what 12 man said. That's why I'm feeling like, and I'm not going to be critical.
I agree. No, I agree. I agree. The execution was poor at moments in the game. Like I think the plan was to get in the between the lines, and rather than play through the lines, drive through the lines. Like I think Tom was alluding to. Szoboszlai and Jones are usually good at that. Szoboszlai more than Jones. Jones is more of a circulator of the ball. I thought Jones wasn't at his best today. Fine, no problem. He's been out for a little while. Do you know what I mean? It's cool. Up until then, he's been very good this season. He's allowed to have a bad game. He's still young. We forget Jones is 22. Our game plan was to drive through the lines as opposed to pass through the lines. And of course, the execution was not good. But that's where I think the game plan was fine. Just the execution was poor. I think maybe that's what they were talking about. I don't know if you guys...
Yeah. And I think the manager, Klopp, I found a new love for Klopp, since he made that interview about trust us. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to trust you. And he's figuring it out. And like I said, it's going to take time. So we can't be overcritical. Jones didn't do it. And I saw some people on Twitter going hard on Jones. No, chill. Tsimikas is coming behind the world best left back. He's not going to be all of a sudden great. He hasn't played in a long time. The only time he gets a chance to play is when the guy is injured, who's never injured.
Tsimikas is, as I said to Michael, who's also Greek and watches a lot of him for his national team. And Michael agreed, his concentration is a massive issue. He gets so lackadaisical while he's on the ball. And today was the kind of game where he wasn't ever gonna get away with being lackadaisical on the ball. And I think he mentally knew that. So therefore he played the simple whatever situation it was, he played the,
he didn't do that thing he normally does where he puts his foot on it and then starts scanning around, takes a couple of touches out and then keeps scanning. He was getting a touch and just playing it short and letting someone else, letting a Van Dijk take it.
Can we give some love?
I'm a massive. Go on, very very quickly. I'm a massive Foden fan, but Foden was anonymous, guys.
Yeah, today he was.
And fair play to Tsimikas.
And from what Grizz is saying, we have to also give some serious love to our captain, because the reason why he's not doing what Grizz is saying is because the captain is continuously talking to him, telling him where he needs to be, release the ball quicker. And I think it was the game against Brentford where I said Virgil, when Endo cleared the ball off the line, and the first person who went to Endo was Virgil. And that appreciation that he showed him showed you that, yes, you are part of this. We trust you. And Endo came in today and look how hard he played. It looked like Milner. He even got a yellow card.
That was the best Milner impression. He just went out. He just went out there. Thought, I'm just gonna foul every chance.
Everything that I see, I'll foul. Everybody, you getting fouled.
He's basically our new Milner, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he's never gonna start a league game, I think, unless there's injuries and suspensions. But he's gonna come on in the last 10, 15 minutes, either to disrupt the game or just, I don't know, professional. It's something we needed because McAllister was tiring, guys. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, he was.
McAllister was tiring in that last 15, 20 minutes.
Especially when he was caught out, too, when he was caught out in that right back position. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
I saw that.
He couldn't even rugby tackle him. He tried to that's how quick.
The arm went out and he was gone.
Yeah.
Guys,
I'll tell you what, though.
You
know what really impressed me today? And it was another contentious selection decision, but he always does this. I thought Joel Matip was brilliant because he always had Haaland on his shoulder. He always had Haaland on his shoulder, and at no point was he ever really caught out. The goal, people say it's on him. It's a good ball from Aki. The ball had to be nicked earlier in the move. When Szoboszlai and Trent are both taken round, that's where the ball should have been stopped. It's very hard to say at that point it's Joel Matip's fault. But beyond that, faultless. Great on the ball. He offered a hell of a lot of support to Trent. Even in the times where Doku was beating Trent, which did happen a couple of times, Matip was over there making tackles or blocking the cross that was coming in, and it wasn't really resulting in anything for them. And I think the most underrated part of Matip's game is his aerial play. We all know how good Van Dijk is in the air, but I don't think Haaland even got any joy out of Matip in the air today. Anytime he went long, if Haaland wasn't getting it to feet, Matip was winning it.
I wonder if someone, while we're online, I wonder if someone can look up that. Tom, maybe you can look up the aerial success of Matip today, aerial duels won, because that's quite interesting. You said that. Big up Conroy was in the chat from Mexico.
Mexico. He's in our backyard.
Conroy, are you back tomorrow? You're not back for tomorrow, are you? What a waste of space you are. I used to call you the James Milner of Red Fellas, and now that's going to be 2 weeks you've missed. But I'm glad Tom's picked out Matip, guys. Because Matip was another, how shall we say, contentious pick. A lot of people were like, Konate. I said on the pre-match carnage yesterday, I had LB from Man City, and who else did I have on yesterday? Shit, disrespect. Errol from Redman TV, and I was saying that I think Matip's going to be selected ahead of Konate.
Yeah, I heard you say that.
And one of the reasons why I thought Matip is going to start is because Man City are very much a pressing machine, just like us.
Yeah.
And I think he really rates and trusts Matip's composure. Now, I know it gives us heart attacks, and it did a couple of times. We can talk about Alisson if you want as well, because Alisson had one of the worst games that he has once a year, like where he looks like an absolute idiot.
He likes to save them for Man City as well, doesn't he?
Once a year he has that. But Matip, Mr. Joel Matip, I've apologized already this season to you. I'm here apologizing again to you. You know, he's going to go down as one of the best free transfers in the history of Liverpool Football Club, guys.
Yeah.
He honestly is, man.
It's between him and Milner.
Yeah, I think
and they both want the same thing.
I think I'll put him above Milner.
Yeah.
In terms of actual impact on the Liverpool first team, if you know what I mean. Yes. Like James Milner,
I think Matip's reached a higher level at Liverpool than
that's
Milner
what I meant.
Did. I think Joel Matip.
That's what I mean. Sorry.
The year we were on for that quad, there was arguments that Joel Matip was better than Van Dijk that season. It was seen as a shock when he wasn't included in the Premier League Team of the Year because he was just so good. And today, he only actually, because of the way Haaland likes to contest these duels, he only go for one if he thinks he can win it. So there was actually only one aerial duel between Matip and Haaland. Today, Matip won it. But there was a lot of the situations where Haaland was just following, didn't even jump up. This season, though, Joel Matip is averaging 3 aerial duels, 1 per game at a 75% success rate. I think Van Dijk's at an 80%. And Van Dijk is seen as, imperious in the air. No one gets close to him. So, Joel Matip, this is one of the things with Matip. He's such a good defender when you add it on to the fact that he's also got that passing ability, that ability to play out from the back. I know we saw it today for a couple of times. Those runs that sometimes give you heart attacks, other times when he takes on 2, you're loving it. It will be interesting to see how Klopp manages it between Konate and Matip this season, because right now I don't think there's much room for you to drop Matip or take Matip out of the team. So I think he's improving the level of Trent as well.
I think, Tom, I agree with everything that you said there, and you're right. Konate last season went sort of levels above everyone else in terms of being Virgil van Dijk's partner, because Gomez and Matip had such atrocious seasons. And I never saw this comeback from Joe Matip, guys. Be honest. Did you guys... Okay, was you guys as scathing as I was about Joe Matip? Or if you was, did you see the comeback? Or B, did you always know... Did you always know Matip's going to come back strong? Be honest. Quazi?
Yeah. So with me, and I think 12 Man is my witness, he's the only player, I think, beside... player, not Alisson's a goalie, so I don't really count it. But he's the only player that can be gone for ages and come back and fit like a glove. He doesn't need time to adjust to. But the thing is, last year was so horrible for everybody that the only good person on the team was the Alisson. That's how bad it was. Even Klopp, some people wanted Klopp out.
Well, not Klopp. We can't say even Klopp, because Klopp ended up keeping him and playing him. So what I want to ask you is, and I ask you the direct question, all of you guys, you have to be brave here.
Yeah. Oh, I said
release the ego. Was you one of the guys that said, no, he needs to go?
No, I never said he needs to go.
Okay.
I never said. I said.
Big up Quazi.
I said, and 12 Men will tell you. And this is the reason.
No, I'm not going to ask 12
We're on the same side.
No backing each other.
No backing. And this is the reason why. And this is the reason why I always said it, right? And I think you alluded to it a little while ago. Konate hasn't learned how to play like Matip yet. He's physical. He is fast. He can pass. He does all these nice things that the traditional players love. The physicality. But these days, these attackers are way too smart. You see me? And that's where sometimes Konate get caught lacking. So today, there was no way Klopp was going to put Konate in, knowing you got Alvarez coming. If it's a fight between Konate and the robot, then yes, he picked Konate. But this game, Pep players, they are very smart. So all those players are very tactical. You put Konate in, he's going to get a yellow card. And Konate is not like Fabinho or Matip, who could have a yellow card at the first minute of the game and still play like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
So that's why I've always ride with Matip.
It was a no-brainer, though.
Liverpool's 12th man. You give me your opinion on what you thought of Matip at the end of the season, after the season that you witnessed.
Right.
And if you wanted him to say, did you actually think he's going to get back to this level? Because he's playing at a very good level now, I have to admit.
I think everything is relative to each other, in the sense of the play of the front line affects the midfield, affects the back line. It's all a collective. And sometimes when we focus in on just one player or this player or that player, we're doing a disservice, in my opinion. Quazi knows I'm one of the lead solicitors. I think that's how you say it in England, right? Or prosecutors, when it comes to actually being the defense, Liverpool Defense League. So when it came to Matip, along with as well as Gomez, there was call for Gomez to be let go last year. So when it comes to both of those players, it wasn't more so I was saying, oh, these players are terrible, they need to go. It's more so these players have a real knowledge base on the system. It's about getting other players that can meet the same levels and be able to produce in the system alongside them. And that was the primary thing that we wanted to see. And that's what I thought I thought that Matip, being a veteran, could get that. And the other point I wanted to really quickly make is, the difference between Konate and Matip for me is that I do enjoy the runs that Matip makes. I think with the long Giselle style, strides and everything. And I think that it's a difference in his game than Konate. Konate has somewhat tried to pick up and do some of those things that Matip offers to the game, but it's just not the same. And I'm not saying he can't get there or will never get there. I'm just saying it's just not the same level. But Matip does not obviously have the pure physicality of Konate, and that's where the difference shows between the two. And being that Konate was coming back from a thigh injury, you don't want to put him into a game where you're going to say, okay, rely on your pace, rely on your physicality.
Good point.
Just coming back from an injury,
Yeah.
you know.
Guys, if Matip had the physical prowess of Konate, I think we've got the ultimate centre back.
Yeah.
Like the ultimate centre back. I'm talking past Terry, Ferdinand, Virgil. If Matip had the physical attributes Konate has, Joe Matip for me is one of the highest IQ centre backs I've ever seen.
Yes, that's the word. That's the word.
I'm telling you, because he has never had those attributes, really.
Right. And that's why he can make the natural transition by playing that right center back / right back coverage role more so than Konate, who's been just born and bred as a center back, in my opinion.
And before Tom jumps in,
he's also so good on the pressure as well.
I was going to say that's why Virgil respects him so much. Yeah, back away. Sorry.
Yeah. There was one moment that epitomised Matip for me. The ball's come over the top, and he's facing our goal. Haaland's bearing down. You know, Trent's sort of giving him a bit of a weak option. Everyone's going, what's he going to do? And then he just sort of does this weird feint. Haaland's gone. He sent Haaland, and Matip turns and just brings it out 20 yards and starts another attack for us. And he's sitting there going, have you even thought of that? I'll be honest, I wasn't like the Quazi and Liverpool soft man. I was looking at it going, he's in the last year of his deal. He's 32. He's battling injury problems. Is this the time where you cash out and bring in a younger one? Now the question is, are you going to give him a new deal?
Well, this is it.
That's the question.
Well, what a segue into the super chat, guys. We'll end the Liverpool segment very soon, guys. Other clubs callers want to come in and saying, yo, this is a Liverpool show. No, it's not the Liverpool show. We were talking on your clubs. But we're a little bit happy or excited, or we're not celebrating a draw, but we're encouraged very much with the draw today. Javed Iqbal sends in a super chat, says Assalamu alaikum, which means peace to you all. Do Liverpool give Joe Matip a new contract? He is out of contract at the end of this season. So even though you guys have all, and including me, bigged him up, this and that, we saying.
I'm gonna tell you this. We got a little kid who's actually, his name is, country's sake, Kwanzaa. He needs to learn from players like Matip. And I will keep Matip there. I'll give him a 2-year contract. Whether he stays the whole 2 or not, I will give him a 2-year contract. And you could still bring in another center back. Because guess what? Joey, we know from now, Joey is going to be left back, right back, left back, right back. He's not going to be going in the middle.
So you're not considering, that makes sense then. If you're not considering Joe Gomez as a centre back anymore, front line, he can do a job if he's full.
If it's needed,
but you're seeing him as a Trent backup, or possibly a left back. And then you're saying keep Matip, promote Kwanzaa, and then we can still bring in another centre back.
Another centre back, yeah.
Okay, before we get the other two's final opinions on that, it's going to be difficult though, Quasi. In 2023, if you've got 5 frontline centre backs at your club, who's going to come there already? If we're looking to get Inacio, for example, he's not going to come there if he's got 4 centre backs that are already established near enough there. This is the dilemma we're going to have, bro.
Right.
Do you get it?
We have it in the front line. We have it with our front 5.
Front line.
That's 5 into 3, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 5 into 3A. 5 into 3A, but also 3 into 5A, but also we rotate that far more. Usually, when you've got a successful side, you try to keep the back line as consistent as possible, barring injury and suspension. But okay, fair enough. You'd give him a 2-year contract. Liverpool's 12th man, Joe Matip.
Yeah, I would certainly give him offer him an extension. I'd like to think I'm personally a big team chemistry guy. As in, I believe that team chemistry, the locker room chemistry is important. And the fact that we all know Virgil van Dijk thinks the world of Matip. He always praises him and big ups him all the time. But it's obvious that you do need to have pretty much a perfect balance of youth, that prime age, and then have those veterans on the club. And if this is going to be one of the veterans, I don't think that there could be any better of a veteran to say that you're going to place in that role where you're going to be that on again, off again, center back role, a pair for any of the center backs that we have. And considering that he has been a pair or been a pair with Virgil, with Gomez, even with Kwanzaa, considering that we've seen how they are able to operate with each other, that chemistry is important. And to break that up and then just say, okay, start over, it's not always the easiest process to take on.
Fair enough.
And one quick note on that. We're going to be in the Champions. I know for sure we're going to be in the Champions League next year. So you need the best of the best to play all the time, right? We like 12 months in, bringing somebody else need to teach him the club. Well, we know how club. It takes sometimes a whole 3 months for people to figure it out.
Yeah.
So even if you bring Ignacio, who's real good, he still have to figure out. And the caveat part is, when Liverpool figure out to score more goals, our defense are not going to have that much work to do.
So I see you criticizing our strikers, our forwards, our ability.
I think that they don't score.
But we're gonna discuss that another time.
I want them to score more goals.
Okay, interesting. I'll take that. I'll take you up on that chat, because I'm the opposite. I think we're gonna score the most goals in the league this season, and I've said it from the start. But I hear you. We haven't. We've missed a lot of chances. Tom Little, Joe Matip, end of the season. I'll caveat that for you, I'll make it a little bit. I'll caveat that with if he continues to perform the way he has.
I think that it's probably, even if he performs the way he is, I think for him, it's best for him to move on and get one last, because I don't think he's a guaranteed starter. That's the thing. He's a regular player for us, but I don't think he's a guaranteed starter. And if we're bringing in someone else in the summer, I think that's just a real transition to, right, this is what we want. These are the players that we want to play now. We're trying to bring through the next generation. So Matip, it makes sense for him on a personal level to move on. Either if he wants to go play more first-team football in the final years of his career, or wants to go to Saudi and go get some money there. I wouldn't knock him for that one either. I think for us, it allows us to play some of these younger ones, give them, let them take that next step up in the ladder, bring in someone. But when it comes to I hear the one of, keep him around and move Gomez to a backup fullback role. I wouldn't do that. I'd keep him as an emergency backup fullback, but you've got likes of Conor Bradley, who can come back and was very, very good, both for Bolton and had a pretty bright pre-season. We've just not seen him because he's been injured. Who knows what state Calvin Ramsey's going to come back in, but he's very highly thought of.
I was just going to say, guys, prayers up if you're religious and you believe in God. Positive thoughts if you don't. Everything. Guys, I'm telling you, and I'm going to continue telling you, if Calvin Ramsey stays fit, and please, God, keep him fit and get him fit. Guys, I'm telling you now, Calvin Ramsey is so good. And in this Trent inverted role, Calvin Ramsey is the one. Remember I said this. Remember the date. Sunday, 25th of November, KALL Khan 2023. Calvin Ramsey has been forgotten about because the guy just can't stay fit.
Yeah, can't stay.
But let me tell you guys, and I very rarely call out players that don't continue to get on, do brilliantly. Yeah. Calvin Ramsey is the one. But anyway, yeah. So, Tom, you would...
I'd have him leave I'd have him do one of them lovely little leaving things that we all do, where he comes on the pitch last game of the season, we get him his photos with all the nice stuff, and we let him leave as a legend and let him leave on a high. And just real quick on Calvin Ramsey, I was there at Napoli last season in the Champions League when we won 2-0, and he came on at 10 minutes, and I thought he was brilliant. He's so progressive. He's so full of confidence. These injuries just...
He's another footballer, you know. He's Trent-esque.
There was a moment in that game where that Kavica Kvaratskhelia fella starts closing him down, turns him, and then plays a brilliant ball straight down the line for Carvalho. And I was sitting there going, wow, that is not many players in our team can do that. And he's 19. It's just these injuries have kept pushing him back and back. Hopefully he can get over them at some point in the season and get a consistent run going, because we'd have a really lovely situation for the right back spot next season, because Conor Bradley also offers you something different, whereas Ramsey can give you more of that inverse of nature. Conor Bradley at Bolton last season was so good on the overlap and being this more traditional flying fullback who operates out wide and puts in good deliveries. It'd give us some real good depth in that spot, which can grow in time. So I think it makes sense for all parties to let Matip leave on a high this season, but that doesn't mean he's not going to play a part this season. He's still going to play a big part this season for us.
Massive. Guys, we've got to keep it moving. Liverpool's 12th man. I know you had a question, but I've really run out of time because a couple of the other guys have been waiting for so long patiently. Thank you very much, Tom. Our very last super chat on Liverpool section. Arif says, guys, what happened with Darwin and Pep? Any ideas, any thoughts?
Nobody knows.
You think that's Pep for you? I love it. We need one of those.
Nunes just asked him what type of shampoo he used, and Pep didn't like it. So
yeah, exactly. Well, let me answer that one. Me and Pep use the same one, so there you go. Answers.
Grizz, you could come to the barber shop at Quazi Bowl TV on Quazi. People, shameless plug. Quazi Bowl TV channel is there. Please join us. 12 men is a regular.
Guys,
Tom, I like your work with Terrace, so please come and check it out.
Plug all of your channels, guys. Come on, you already know what time it is on here, man. Liverpool's 12th man. Plug your shit, bro. Go for it.
Yeah. That actually was the question I was going to ask you. Actually, was the question, the super chat question. So I know you have the inside dirt normally, so I was hoping that you maybe had an insight as to what was said.
I was there today. I was supposed to be there today, but I was not feeling too good. I didn't want to give my lurgies. We call them lurgies here. You guys are probably thinking, what the fuck is lurgies, man, in USA? But it's just another word for like when you got the cold or flu. Germs, basically. Germs. Yeah, I didn't want to give the germs to the crowd, so I didn't go. So I didn't get an insight into what was going on and what was said. But yeah, Darwin's mad, so let him be mad. And Pep was rattled. Seeing Pep rattled is one of the funniest things in football. Ever. Absolutely. I mean, I was praying, guys. I was praying that Szoboszlai or Gravenberch scored. And then, went over to him and said, that's my fucking name.
That's my name. What's my name?
Yeah, what's my name? But guys, thank you very much to you all.
Thank you so much.
Take care. All the best. Liverpool's 12th man, Tom, Quazi. Hopefully we speak soon. I'm back Saturday evenings. Saturday evenings, be there or be square. Take care, guys.
We'll be there.
All right. We have got in the building, Hanno. How you doing, my friend? Unmute yourself, man. Unmute yourself. All right. So come on, talk to me. Why are you scared to talk? Just because you support Chelsea? Come on, tell us. How you feeling?
I'm scared because we deserved a cooking. I'm scared I'm getting cooked. And deep fried, like, jeez.
Why do you think that? Why do you feel like that? What's your club doing to you? Whose fault is it?
Whose fault?
Let's start with that.
Players, really. And manager. Players and manager. Really. If we look at the starting lineup today, we throw in Badashile for his first Premier League game this season. His only other game, I think, was Blackburn at home, or Blackburn or one of the lower league teams we faced in the cup. And then, so throwing him in was dodgy, especially after the Sassy was really good. And then,
why was that? Why do you think he done that? What was the reason? Because Disasi has been decent, not great. I don't rate him, but he's been okay. Why was Badashile just brought in from the cold?
I don't know. I wish I had the answers, because I think it does help. I think the only reason he might have done that is because of height. This Badashile is a bit taller, but if you look at the game and how Newcastle scored the second and third goal, it didn't really help at the end. of the day. So yeah. Also, Caicedo, I get it came from Ecuador at one training session. But for me, then you have to take a risk. Get Gallagher off. He was horrific today. He was Gallagher from last season.
But Chelsea fans have been very positive about Gallagher. No, he's not been playing well. Is it just today was a one-off, you think, or that was his standard? That's his standard. Because I've been impressed with him against Man City.
No,
He was
he's
your
been
best player,
impressive
right?
this season. He's been
Mhm.
impressive, really.
Mhm.
But he was rubbish today. He had a few chances when he shot. It just doesn't get power behind it. Like, it's weak. It's off target. But I think when you play Okachuku, youngster, of course, he usually comes on from the bench last 10 minutes, sees it out. He's very rash. So I would have liked any just go a bit more defensive then. Because Enzo also before this game he was tired. You could see a bit of fatigue and he hasn't been up to the level. Now he has to do almost, and he came from Argentina after that Brazil game. Now you want him to help him to, yeah, he was awful today by the Chile. But yeah, I think what might have affected the players was the fact that Poch wasn't on the touchline for
Yeah.
Sika. So maybe that played a role, but again, I saw the first 20 minutes. Of course, Newcastle took the lead and there was no urgency.
Mhm.
Like how we pressed City and
Total opposite. It was a
Tottenham,
contrast. It was a contrast.
total polar opposite. We just relax. We let Shaw and them lot just bop us around, really. Um,
Now,
and
Hannah, what now? Hannah, what now? Where's your expectations now? Where do you expect to finish?
I still expect Europa League places at the bare minimum. For me, I think this game is almost a once-off for me because I don't think Thiago Silva, when he passes the ball, tries to pass the ball back to Sanchez, scuffs it, and just like touches it barely, and Newcastle score. I don't think that happens in any other game. Um, Also, Joe Linton um, should have gone sent off. He should early in the
Oh,
game, first
was
half.
that a red card? Was that a red card?
Well, if I come from the back and do basically that to you, are you going to just let it be?
Okay, interesting.
But then
But
again, that doesn't really affect the game. 3-1.
exactly, you should still move on
No.
from there. Hannah,
Yeah.
one last question. I've got a few other people waiting to come on. I was going to ask you, Pochettino, you're saying, in your opinion, Europa League is a target. If he doesn't even finish in the Europa League spaces, does Pochettino survive?
It's tricky. That's a tricky one because it's his first season. Probably want to give him a bit more. So I, I get you. It depends how we perform and lead up to that.
You're not gonna perform if you're not gonna finish in the Europa League. You've performed badly, Hannah. If
True.
you don't finish, what's the Europa League's last space? Is it eighth or ninth? Eighth, something, seventh or eighth, I think, depending on who wins
Yeah.
what. If that's the case, if you're still there, it's fine. Are you still there? Don't worry about the camera.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So if that's the case, that means you've performed badly. Go on. Before we let you go, give us an answer. Does Pochettino see the start of next season if you don't finish in the Europa League spot.
Yeah. I'll go with
He will still keep his job.
No, he won't keep his job.
He won't keep his
I
job.
think
Oh, okay.
if it doesn't get, I think that they pull the trigger.
Well, Hannah, I wish you luck for your sake, but I wish bad luck upon your club because I think you already know I hate your club. I hate your owners, I hate your club, I hate your fans. I've got a couple of Chelsea good mates, but apart from that, but yeah, listen. But thanks for calling in. I do appreciate you calling in, and hope to speak to you very soon, my friend. All the best.
No,
Look
thank
after
you for having
yourself.
me on, Chris.
Nice one, no problem. Guys, still 200 of you guys in here. I'm looking for 200 likes, man. So we're at 50 away. So let's get, before we go forward and get the last few callers in, let's smash the like button. I think it's been a good show. It's been a while. I've missed chatting to you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Of course, the Liverpool segment was the center point. Naturally so after today's big game. We've spoken a bit of Chelsea there. And let's get a few more callers in. Oh, another few have come in already now. Okay. But I was looking to finish in the next 10-15 minutes. But let's see how it goes. We've got RS Sinus. Yes, my friend. How are you? Get off mute. Get off mute. Mute.
How are you guys? Sorry. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Fine. I'm from India.
Remind us you're from India and you support
LFC.
LFC. How are you?
I am waiting. See, I am. This is after 2 months you are doing, right?
It's been a long time, man. Yeah, after 2
Calling
months,
show after
man.
2 months.
Very, very lazy, man. Very lazy. I've had so many different things to do. But I'm back. We are here and I'm here and you are here. How you been?
See, in my laptop I have hold the notification. I am waiting for that
Oh man. Well, never mind.
to talk.
Every se-
The
I'm
Liverpool
back.
segment was absolutely right. I want to discuss some points, but
Mhm.
all the points was already discussed in that.
Okay, no problem. You can still have your say. No problem. Have your say.
Uh, do you think this year the Klopp was managing different in away games?
How do you mean?
See, Trent inverts started last year, right?
Mhm.
I'm seeing that he's not inverting as far as he do now, and we are not pressing like whole team also. And he's saying that we are do only here, then we go back up. We will drop back. We will not go as far as to keeper. It happens only sometimes. Do you think the club is changing because of the defense, or it will happen?
So you mean the way we play out from the back? I don't
No,
quite
no, no.
understand.
What I'm saying was, see, we have Mane, Salah, and Firmino. We press to the keeper, right?
Oh, I
From
see.
absolutely top to the keeper. But in this team, I'm not seeing that.
Oh,
We are
okay.
little bit we are not a little bit sitting back.
I think you have to change and adapt tactics to who you're playing. If you play like that against City at their ground, then there's a very good chance they play around you. So
Yeah, that is
I
also I'm thinking what I'm thinking was if we got proper six in between McAllister and Soboslai, and we will do that press again.
yeah, we may do, but I think we have to forget about this proper six because Klopp doesn't
This
believe.
year, yes, this year, yes, we have to.
I think it's obvious that Klopp has a different vision, a different philosophy about his six. He wants a footballing six there, and then he wants runners around him, like Szoboszlai, like Jones, people that are physical and can run and condition.
Elliot not physical, but Elliot also we can use him.
Yeah,
See, what I'm thinking was if we got proper six, we can use McAllister in different ways. We
yeah,
are
we
not
can.
using McAllister. We are not using McAllister in proper way. We are not using in Brighton way, because in Brighton the destroyer was Caicedo and the whole setup was monitored by McAllister.
But the thing is, I agree we haven't seen the best of McAllister.
Yeah.
I'm not sure though if I agree with a lot of people's opinion that we're not going to see the best of him, because he may develop into a magnificent six for us. Because you have to remember, we bought Thiago Alcantara for a reason. Thiago
Yes.
Alcantara
Yeah.
was supposed to be that player. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying McAllister is as good as Thiago on the ball, or technically as good as Thiago was.
No.
But McAllister, if he turns out to be that type of deepest lying playmaker, then we may utilize him going forward once he learns the other aspects of the role. I agree.
Yeah, yes.
Right now, it doesn't look great.
Yes. And another thing was, I think today Soboslai was little bit hurry. This is the big game. He has to prove He has to prove, because in the press conference also, Pep spoken a little bit differently about Soboslai. He has got pressure. I seen full match 2 times. Replay also I seen. Some of the passes, I'm damn sure that 99% he will pinpoint passes will be there from Dom. But today, under hit or over hit,
It can happen.
I
It can
think,
happen. He didn't have his best game on the
no,
ball.
yeah, yes,
But as I said, off the ball, I thought he was very, very good. And against City, sometimes your midfield have to be equally as good off the ball as on the ball.
See, this is the difference between last year result and today's result. Last year result, we don't have any legs or we don't have any players to control the midfield. I
100%.
think today's game was won in midfield.
Yeah, well, not one, but yeah, we didn't lose.
Yeah,
because of-
yes,
We
yeah,
didn't lose because of our energy levels.
Yes,
Our quality
yes.
wasn't great, but our energy levels were very good, and that's what kept us in the game. But RS,
and
go for it, because I want to keep it moving. Now we've got the last couple of callers left.
and I think this game given me more confidence that we are building something there.
Good.
We are building
That's what I
something
like
there.
to hear. That's what I like to see and hear. Because
Oh, see,
now I'm
yeah.
remembering. Now I'm remembering. Last time I spoke to you, you was a little bit down, and now I'm remembering.
No, I'm not down. I'm not down, but
You was a little
I'm
bit
circumspect.
negative.
Yeah, I'm circumspect because see, I didn't thought that Klopp will build 2.0 this much directly. See, all the thinking was new, the midfield has 4 new players. The total midfield was new, but we are building that, and we are only in first phase of that. And I'm 100% sure that we will get one midfielder in January.
I don't think we will, but don't worry about transfers right now. Don't worry.
No, I'm not worrying about transfers. What I'm thinking was we have to keep up the pace with City, not with Arsenal. I respect Arsenal what they're doing. They got fantastic result today. If that result reminded me of 1920, where we won one game similarly that type of game. Arsenal result was.
Let's see. It's interesting. I wouldn't rule out Arsenal completely. I think they will stay in the race. I don't think they will win the race, but I think it's interesting. It makes it interesting.
And last thing, before I go, last thing, I want to say, hold that Reece James fans and hold that Chelsea.
100% agree. 100% agree. Thank you, RS.
And Grizz, one question for you. Who do you think will be the top scorer of our 3 players? Apart from Salah. Salah is different level. Apart from Salah.
Okay. Apart from Salah, Jota or Nunes, basically. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna stick with Jota.
And where will Chelsea? Where will Man United and Chelsea finish according to you?
Manchester United
And Chelsea.
Chelsea will finish about 7th,
Okay.
and Manchester United will finish about 5th.
I'm coming now for December 17th for United game. If I can, I will meet there.
No problem. All the best, my friend.
Thank you,
Speak
Chris.
very
Same
soon.
to you.
Say to you, all the best. Bye bye. There you go, guys. RS is a little bit more confident, feeling better about himself. We have K-Mac next. We've got an Arsenal fan, Josh. Josh, I'll need a camera, my friend. I don't recall speaking to you before. Unless I know you, I can't let you on without a camera, or unless I know you, as I said, if that makes sense. Did that make sense what I just said there? Either I've spoken to you before, I know you, or camera. K-Mac's there. He's got a camera. He's got lovely long hair. Hello, K-Mac. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're doing well.
I'm good. Big up, Grizz. How you doing? You good?
I'm doing all right, my friend. I'm doing all right. Encouraged a bit more after today. Feeling better. I'm assuming with your background, you're a Liverpool fan. Oh, and the
Yeah.
top, of course. What a lovely, lovely top. What a lovely,
It
lovely
is.
top.
It is.
How you
Good
doing? How you
merch.
keeping?
I'm good. I'll tell you what, mate.
Mm.
Like, if we're drawing with Man City away 1-1, and it's a 12:30 kickoff, and this is our transition, bring it on.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it on. Like, we haven't played well at all this season for me. We haven't played like the squashbuckling Mane, Salah, Firmino, Ginny Wijnaldum,
Mm-hmm.
Hendo in midfield. We haven't played like any of that football this year. And look where we are. Like, we're still there. We're still in all the cups. Still top of the league in Europa. Still got a semi-final on the way in the Carabao. Onwards and upwards, keeping up with Man City. Like, the only team that's took any points off them this year at their ground. Only team. Like, honestly.
Well, first team in 23 games at their
Insane.
home.
Insane.
That would have been. We stopped them from beating Sunderland's Division 1 record, I believe.
Good.
God,
that's some stats.
Who was telling me, man? Very good friend of mine, Sunderland fan.
Surprised it wasn't Tom Little.
This is embarrassing. Yeah, exactly. But I was encouraged. I'm with you. I think it bodes well. I thought today would be the test, because I know a lot of people are saying, are you really convincing? Are you really in a title race? Have you really recovered from last season? Have you done enough in the market? Has Klopp really learned anything? All of these questions, and all valid. All valid questions. Yep. I'm not saying that they were negative or they shouldn't have been asked. All those questions should have been asked. Actually, K-Mac, I've totally forgotten one of the callers. Can I add him with you as well? He's a Liverpool fan, so it will make sense. I was supposed to bring him on. Faz, just message me in the chat. Are you ready to come on? I'm so sorry, guys, but I like to combine the callers. It makes life so much easier for everyone. Faz is a Liverpool fan. I'm pretty sure I remember. I think he said in the chat. Let's add him as well. Faz, how you doing? Hope you're well.
Yeah, I'm doing good. How you doing, Grizz?
Good. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I completely missed you, but because you didn't have the camera on, I couldn't quite see you as well. But Faz is on. K-Mac's on.
Yeah, sorry. It's a MacBook.
No problem at all. But I've spoken to you before, so it's fine. Faz, K-Mac's very encouraged. He says, I don't know if you heard what he said. What's your take? What's your view? What's your opinion?
Yeah, I agree with K-Mac. I'm also encouraged as well. Like, I look at where we were last season and I compare us now, and we're miles ahead of where we were. Even in the quadruple challenging season, I think we're ahead of schedule. So points tally-wise, I think we're up there. So we're a couple of points above where we were in the 2021-2022 season. So I'm really, really happy with that. And a point at City at their ground. I was hoping for a point, to be honest with you. I don't think we were going to win because of the timing, as everybody else was saying, all the other callers were saying at 12:30. But getting a point against them, I I'd take it all day. And I don't think, like a lot of other people have said on your show, I don't think you can ever look back at this game and say, this is where we slipped up. If, say, God forbid, things don't go to plan, which I don't think it will this season. I've got a strong feeling that we'll get something out of the season.
I think the 12:30 kickoffs. I think the last 12 away, we haven't won. So like to even get some points at City away after a 12:30 kickoff is unbelievable. And Man City asked for that game to be moved as well. Like, 12:30 kickoffs are dead. Like it just seems like players just aren't
Guys,
in it.
it's weird, isn't it, though, guys? I mean, we've had these 12:30 kickoffs, but someone told me earlier, and because I didn't recall this, we've got a pretty decent record now recently with these 12:30 kickoffs. Do you think it affects us or affected us in a bad way or a good way? I mean, are you saying
I
that?
felt like we gave them a bit too much respect today, and I felt like a couple of players probably wouldn't have played if they were lesser teams because they were cooked. Like we got a lot of players that played a lot of international games and also important international games, like ones where they had to win to qualify and stuff. And there's a little bit of an element of legginess in that team because of that. I tell you what, though, I've got to give flowers to McAllister. Like that was his best game in midfield for me all season. Like he's been off it for me because he's been learning the position and he's been thrown in the deep end where the midfield's a bit too congested because Trent moves into there and he's having to do maybe a bit too much defensive work, which he's not fantastic at. But he won 5 out of 12 ground duels today, which is more than any other player, even more than Rodri. So I thought he's great. And Shimikas, nothing went down his side today. That's a big win on him for me. Sorry, I'll let the other guy speak.
Yeah, no, that's good. Faz, anything to add or subtract or add?
Yeah,
or
so I think more moving forward, it's just that with the Europa League and how we're going to manage the Europa League, that's going to be kind of interesting in the second half of the season because of the congestion. So, like, what do we do then? And looking at the bench now, there's a squad depth for that, so which we didn't have in the past before, and a lot of people can question it and say, well, they may not be good enough, but I'm pretty sure it's good enough to rotate, which wasn't the case at all. And I know a lot of people are talking about reinforcements in January, but having had a listen to what you have to say, Grizz, I'm getting the sense that Klopp is going to rely on what he's got in front of him rather than introduce anybody new, if you know what I mean. So I don't think we're going to get like anybody game changing, and I don't think necessarily the way Klopp and the club see it, they don't need anybody game changing for the second half of the season, like a new midfielder or even somebody, a defender, like a left back, maybe a left back. It's hard to say, but I'm not really expecting anybody to come in January. So yeah, if that answer, yeah.
No, I January is always, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Loads of people asking for a DM in January, some asking for a centre back. What would you two guys
Are we
think
going
is
to play with
priority?
the DM anymore, Grizz? That is that going to happen now? I just don't know. Like we were imperious with the DM. Like we went toe to toe with City all the time with the DM. Got to finals, won cups with the DM. Now we're not playing with the DM. We're still in all the competitions. We're still doing really well. He's expecting the midfielders around him to do more defensive work, which is maybe what the others didn't do as much of. But then you're taking away the creativity of Dom and Jones and Gravenberch. It's I don't know.
What about Stefan Bajcetic? What about Stefan Bajcetic? Because from what I'm hearing, Klopp doesn't want to get a DM because of Stefan, and he's got a lot of faith in Stefan. And again, I'm just coming back to you, Grizz. Like, what do you think about Stefan Bajcetic? Because from what I understand, you don't really rate him as highly as a lot of other people do, and I was just wondering why that was.
Rate him as highly as some others. So how high? Let's say how high do you rate him? It depends on how high people rate him.
I don't.
I don't rate.
Again,
I don't rate him as high as people. I don't rate him as high as people. The ones that say that he's our future DM for many years to come. I think it's too early to say that for a player that done very, very well whilst coming in at a time where our midfield was our poorest that it's ever been. So all praise to Stefan Bajcetic for looking good in that period where, let's be honest, me, Faz and K-Mac might have done a job as a 4-3-3, right? So that's
I
how
rate
bad
Tyler Morton more.
That's our midfielders. I'm a very big Tyler Morton fan, by the way. Infamously, once I called him Tyler Busquets after his performance in the San Siro in the Champions League. But I don't see it yet. Faz, sorry, in a roundabout way, answer your question. If people rate him as a potential squad player, let's see how he goes. Yeah, I get that and I see that. But I've heard a lot of people saying he's the future DM. He's the reason, like I think you said, Faz, that you think Klopp is not investing in a DM. I don't.
No.
I'm
just saying that I think that with Klopp, he'd rather give the younger players a chance than to go out and buy somebody else. So he wants them to like prove themselves. That's why he's giving Elliot, so much time. That's why he's doing that.
Elliot kind of deserves the time. Like he's been really good. Like he's been a good player this season.
But guys, my counter to that, and I hear that argument quite a bit, but my counter to that, and again to K-Mac about are we ever going to play with DM? But guys, our pursuit of Lavia, Caicedo suggests otherwise. And then our eventual short-term buying of Endo suggests otherwise too. So maybe we are looking out for the right DM as opposed to no DM. Do you guys get that?
But
what is the definition of a right DM?
But do you think he's putting McAllister into DM? He's not specifically playing a DM position, if that makes sense.
Okay. He's
like, will he go for Paulinho? He's the guy you go and sign.
I believe he would. I believe he would. But I think it's a difficult one because, you can have horses for courses. You can have flexibility amongst your midfield options. McAllister shouldn't be, in my opinion, the sole occupier of that position. Moving forward, I personally don't think Endo is the answer as well. So therefore, if Endo isn't the answer, Thiago, bless him, we just can't rely upon. Bajcetic is young and coming back of a very serious injury. Surely we still go for a DM, and I believe we still will go for a DM. I just don't think we will go for it in January, was my point. If some people are confused and thinking, I just said we're not going to go for a DM. I just don't think we're going to go in January. I think eventually, when I say eventually, I mean summer, we will look to go for a DM. And I think rightly so.
I agree. I agree. Like you don't. I don't think you're ever going to win the Premier League without a DM or the Champions League without a recognised DM, because the gold standard is a Rodri type player in your team, just to break things up and be a destroyer. Like the thing about it as well is everybody looks at Liverpool now, and we're looking at players going, oh yeah, that's a Milner replacement. Oh yeah, that's a Ginny replacement. Oh yeah, that's a Henderson replacement. Oh yeah, that's a Fabinho. We're kind of replacing players with other players, but you're thinking they are automatically going to play exactly like the player that has left, because that's how Klopp does things. But maybe he's doing things differently now. And he isn't going to be a Firmino replacement because we're not going to have one. I don't know. It's an interesting question.
My counter argument to that is if we're not in for a DM, then why were we in for Romeo Lavia? Why were we in for Moises Caicedo in the last summer transfer window? If we weren't in for a DM, why did we put so much time and money into trying to sign Romeo Lavia before the deal fell apart? Same with Moises Caicedo. Like, there was, I think my whole thing about it was that there was a big need for it. But then somewhere down the line, you know, Klopp changed his mind and said, well, I need a bit more flexibility here, and maybe I can go without one. And so I think that's what he did. He just went with something, and he thought. Then he saw Gravenberch, and he said, "You know what? I could do something different here," and that's what he did.
I felt like the Gravenberch was an Andre replacement. I felt like he really wanted Andre, and it's interesting because Andre was recommended by Firmino.
I mean, there's going to be questions. Just to clarify, Black Jock, I knew someone would get confused. This is why I literally just clarified myself. I said, just in case people are confused, what I said. Grizz, you just said Klopp isn't looking for a dedicated DM. Now you say just knowing Jan. I didn't say that at all. So I'm not even going to repeat what I said. I want you to rewind the tape and listen to exactly what I said. But Faz, K-Mac, I've got a couple of more callers, and then I've been going over 2 hours now, nearly 2.5 hours.
I just got one last question to ask you.
I'm just not as young as I used to be. I can't go on for these marathon sessions anymore. Go on, Faz. Ask what
out of the last 5 games we've got in the first half of this season, which one would you say is a potential banana skin?
The next 5 league games?
Yeah.
Oh God. So we've got Palace away, Burnley away, is it?
Arsenal at home, United at home.
Arsenal home, United home. Look, straight away, Arsenal at home. Arsenal at home is going to be massive. A, because they're in and around us. B, I know we've got a tremendous record against them, but today, like we've shown, records are there to be broken. Man City was supposed to break the record for consecutive wins at home. 24 it would have been. We broke that. We stopped that. Arsenal will be confident. Arsenal are very much better away from home, some fans would say, than at home this season. So yeah, top of my head, Arsenal away. What do you think?
I don't really see a banana skin. I'd look more at the away games, say for example Sheffield United.
Yeah, I mean, look, the obvious.
More,
no. I agree.
They got absolutely smashed today, Sheffield United.
But the thing is, no, but I agree with Faz saying, like, banana skin usually means where you're not expected to lose and you do, or don't get a result, like Luton. So Sheffield United away is a potential banana skin. But my thinking is, Arsenal, we're expected to win at home every time we play Arsenal at home, we're expected to win. So I'm thinking that's a potential banana skin. Do you get it? Because the expectation is so high to win.
I think they're still a good team, and I think it still puts the fear of God into the players, where they're going to be like, they're not going to be lackadaisical about it.
Yeah.
With Sheffield United at the bottom of the league, like came out with saying, like they got smashed today. You're just gonna go in there like with your bench players, and you're gonna think you think you're gonna get a result, like for example Luton, and then you're 1-0 down and you're trying to get a draw out of it. So
well, let's see how it goes. Just when you think the hard fixture is out of the way, another set fixture comes, and football is a humbler. It surprises you every single time. Never take things for granted, but we keep it moving. K-Mac,
Chris, I've got one question for you.
Go for it, K-Mac, bro.
Do we win the league this year?
We can win the league.
I genuinely believe we can.
We can.
I haven't even seen us play well yet, apart from Villa.
Yeah, we can win the league. We can win the league. Brentford, I thought we played well. Villa, we played well. Yep, you're right.
Brentford could have won. Brentford could have won at Arsenal today.
We played well against
Brentford. Declan Rice, like that goal line save was just
mental.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Money well spent, some would say. 100 million well spent, some would say. But guys, thank you very much.
Kai Havertz was money well spent as well, won't they now?
Yeah, bloody hell.
Yeah, big up, Chris. Big up.
Nice one, guys. I wish you all the best. Take care. All the best. Guys, we're going to finish up. Last caller of the day is going to be Josh, who I believe is an Arsenal fan. Let's get Josh on the scene, man. What are you saying, Josh? Mute. Get off mute.
Grizz.
What are you saying?
Kai Havertz. King
God.
Kai. Listen,
Oh Lord.
I'm buzzing, yeah. Also, by the way, I watch the Big Six regularly, innit? I'm saying, I love that show. You, Turkish, Matisse, Tobes. I'm saying, who was the humbler? So yeah, man. But what's a win, man? Right, we scraped it. We absolutely scraped it, man. Scraped it, you know. I'm
But
buzzing.
you have to. But these kind of wins, you're right. These kind of wins get you buzzing. Like when you haven't played well and you get a last minute winner, and it's the guy that's been criticized the most.
Yeah.
And look, be honest, Josh. Most of it deservedly so. Most of it, not all of it.
Yes. Yeah, because Kai hasn't been performing to the standards that Arsenal want him to be performing at. Plus, his price like 65 million. You know, I could have gone for Diaby. We could have gone for someone else, maybe as a Mendy or something like that. But we decided to go for Kai Havertz. I don't know what Arteta sees in Kai Havertz, but so far he's got 2 goals, which is kind of average. I mean, come on, 65 million. Like, I expect him to get at least 5-6 goals minimum in his first few starts. But 2 goals, 1 at Bournemouth, and now a late winner. You know. Obviously, you lot did us a favor of stopping Man City, drawing with them 1-1, and obviously we're top by a point. But I'm not gonna get carried away. You know, last season, deja vu. You know, we were top, we threw it away, and Man City ends up winning it. So hopefully,
this season. But the thing is, I know you said we done you a favor, and last season it would have been seen as a favor for you lot. But this season, don't you see the difference in Liverpool? We're back to the usual Liverpool. Like, not to that level, but the way I look at it, we didn't do you a favor. We done ourselves a favor. We're in this race.
I mean, yeah, you are. I mean, you held your own against Man City. Obviously, we beat them at Emirates, so
we've played the top 6 teams all away from home in our opening 13 games. Do you know that? We've had the hardest opening set of fixtures. We've played all the top 6 away from home. Done.
Yeah, you played City, you played Chelsea.
All of them. Yeah. Spurs.
Yeah, Spurs.
Brighton.
Yeah, Brighton. Yeah.
The top 6. We played.
Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, you did hold your own. I mean, listen, Salah today was a bit. Yeah.
Let me tell you a mad stat about Salah. Let me tell you about a mad stat. I agree with you. He wasn't amazing today, but you know that's 10 games in a row now. He's got a goal and assist against City. In a row.
That's Salah, man. That's Salah for you, innit? I love Salah, man. I love that guy. He's fucking world class. He's fucking live legend, icon, Premier League legend. You know what I'm saying? I'll put him up there with your Henrys, your Cantonas, your Shearers, your Guerreros. He's up there, mate. He's a fucking legend, man.
But talk to me about your chances. Where are you compared to last season? Like how
this season,
are you more confident this season than last season, or how are you feeling?
You know what? I'm just keeping humble. I'm staying humble right now, obviously. Take the game by game. Obviously, we did lose to Newcastle and wiped out our BM record. Fine. Obviously, we did bounce back against Burnley, and now obviously Brentford making 2 wins in a row. Cool. Look, listen. Obviously, last season was painful. The way we led for 96% of the season, you know, and then towards the last few games, 2-0 up at Anfield, then we threw away. 2-0 up at West Ham, threw away. 3-1 down to Southampton, came back 2-3-3. Couldn't nick it, didn't nick it. Went away to City, got absolutely battered, embarrassed, destroyed, outclassed. Yeah, this season, obviously. We beat Man City. We've drawn with Tottenham. draw with Chelsea. We're yet to face Brighton, Liverpool, City away. Obviously, we beat United. So it's been a mixed start. I feel like this season is more about control. That's why that's why, right? Arsenal are not playing the zippy tiki taka free flowing football. You know, last season we were tearing teams apart 5, 6, 7. This time is all about control. So I think we'll be up there. And look, I generally do think we can win the league, but are we ready for, going to Anfield? Yeah, that pressure game. Anfield, where we haven't won for God knows how long. Yeah, going to Old Trafford, a ground where we haven't won it how long. Going to the Etihad, God help me. 3 grounds where we haven't won in what 10 plus years. Those games will be the pressure points,
They will show you. They will show you. Like, look. Everyone was saying Liverpool away to City. Oh man, this is where City are gonna smash this Liverpool defense.
Yeah.
Your fake defense. Blah 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 blah. But I didn't see Alisson making many saves at all. If not any, just one save I remember making. Your test will come next week. 3 weeks time, 4 weeks time, when you come to Anfield. Your test.
You know what, great.
It's true, innit? It's true. Facts are facts, man.
You know what? You know what? I can't lie. I want to face Liverpool right. In fact, I want to face Liverpool right now. I feel like a fully fit Arsenal and a fully fit Liverpool, we will beat you, right? The only reason why I say this, home or away. The only reason why I say it is because you haven't got a DM, right? Our strongest midfield is Odegaard vice party. Your strongest midfield is what McAllister, I believe, Gravenberch and Curtis Jones, is it?
Szoboszlai?
Yeah, come on, like you haven't got a CDM, man. We've got 2 CDM. Like we can actually sit in a 5-3 and be compact. You can't. Like it's so. I think look, well, when we go to Anfield, obviously you've got a history. Obviously, we have been atrocious every time we go to Anfield. We get battered every single bloody time. 5-0, 4-0, bro. I've seen it all. Grizz, it hurts. The pain. I've seen it all. Yeah. 5-0. What's his name? Firmino.
Well, let's hope for you. Look, I definitely want all your players to be fit when you come to Anfield because I want.
Yeah, so do I.
I want you to call back in a few weeks' time on the eve of the game or post match, depending on what time the show is, and we will speak. We will speak about the confidence that you're showing. That you're saying that you're going to come to Anfield and you're going to win.
I'm praying, man. I'm praying.
100%. But listen, I think you're in a title race. I've said it openly. I think it's going to be very tight. I think it's going to be three horse race for the title.
Yeah.
I think you guys are looking good without being extravagant. Yeah. And I get you. I get what you're saying. It's all about control. Let's see.
Just quickly, right? I'm gonna ask you points, right? This game was, I can't lie, we played poor. Obviously, Brentford sat back, so got the pressure. We're very defensive, 5-3-2, old school defending, right? And we couldn't bring them down until the 80th minute, right? It's clearly and it's evident. It's daylight right there, right? We need creativity in that team. We need a striker that can bag 25 goals, like a Haaland. We need a striker, right? Man took off the Jesus Fonketia, bro. How are we supposed to compete? Well, how is our How is our attack supposed to compete with a world-class attack like Liverpool's? You got Nunez, Jota, Salah. City have got Haaland, Alvarez, Doku, Grealish, Foden. Come on, man.
Yeah, but this is where
one injury we're fucked. Like
this is where even though we haven't got a DM like you're saying, we got the forwards that probably frighten any team in Europe. Like pick any 3 of our 5, and we're quite frightening. And we don't even know, the options in our squad going forward. But I agree with you. At DM, we're not as strong as you. Declan Rice, I believe, is a great player. and Rodri's the
Quality,
best in the
man.
world. Rodri is the best in the
Yeah,
world.
he is.
So, but
Love
let's see.
Rodri. Yeah.
Overall, squad wise, I think we're in a good place. I still think we're going to be the closest challengers to City. I still
Do
think
you?
City,
Okay.
yeah, I still think City will win it, but I think we will finish
Yeah.
second. And for a rebuild and for the phase that we're going through, especially after last season, that's going to be good. Josh, I got to run.
Yeah,
It's
it's
been
cool,
a
man. Yeah,
pleasure
it's cool.
chatting to
Yeah.
you.
Love,
But
bro.
make sure you call in, man. Make sure you call in before
Yeah,
the
oh,
game. 100%. We speak then.
always, man. Respect, man. Peace,
Look
brother.
after yourself. Take care. Take care. Nice one, Josh. Guys, we've come. Yeah, you've missed it. Oh my God, the only Saturday I can't make it, and you decide to do the show. Mr. Grizz, we need to talk. Love you, bye. Love you too, my brother. I will be back. Next Saturday, same time. The Call-In Khan show, 8 p.m., guys, is back on a regular basis. Hope you guys enjoyed the comeback show. I enjoyed it. Seeing some familiar people in the chat, seeing some familiar faces on the calls. Big up yourself, none of your business as well. And yeah, man, we come to an end to another brilliant Call-In Khan show. Hope you guys, as I said, enjoyed it. And I'll see you tomorrow. Red Fellas will be in the building. We will talk Liverpool, Man City, exclusively Man City, Liverpool, and more calmly and getting to the talking points and the nitty gritty of it all. And yeah, then we got Europa League in the midweek. So plenty of content coming. Keep it locked. Subscribe if you haven't. Like on your way if you've managed to forget. I'll forgive you if you guys have forgotten to like it. But here's your chance. Like the stream on your way out. And see you tomorrow. Peace out. Love. Take care.